Letco for Tuesday night's Facebook record sale. When you're on and watching, welcome, and be sure to say hi. Let's see who. Yeah, he's already messaged me about a couple things he's seen. Craig and Carlene, first two comments. That's what we love to see. And then, of course, Mike Massey. Let's go, what am I doing? We're going to start sharing. Let's go to Coletco. So yeah, welcome everybody to Coletco. We're live here on Facebook and YouTube. I hadn't seen a YouTube comment yet, which kind of worries me because last time it didn't connect and I had to restart. So before I start sharing, I'm going to pull up my chat and make sure we're on. Okay, we're on. Brandon Jackson just commented. Okay, so we are on. We're good. Thank you. Sometimes it worries me. Now I'm going to copy. I got it shared in the group. Most of y'all find it pretty fast, but now I'm going to go share the link in a couple flip videos I made. There's one crate of Japanese in the office, Tanner, that is going to be a lot of our auction items tonight. Yes, it has Rush in the front of it. And then I shared this, shared a couple videos and a couple flip videos in the group, and I'm going to go share the link in the comments there. But yeah, most of our auctions tonight is going to be the Japanese preview. And then the flip video I posted with like the Keith Whitley you see here on the table, and some of the other records. I can't think of them all right now, but those will also be auctioned. All right, now I just got to get the YouTube link. And so Tuesday night, which also means a lot of new vinyl because we didn't have a show Monday, and then we didn't have a show Monday, and that also means Monday, today we got arrivals from UPS and USPS, so we got some pretty cool stuff. I'm going to go here to my story. I'm going to, it was just an order we compiled. Okay, that's in a pink crate, I think. It's like in a pink type crate. All right, I'm almost done sharing it on my Instagram story. I think some people go there to find it. I hope they do. I go through a lot of trouble to share it there, but maybe they don't. Who knows? All right, let's pull up chat, restream chat. All right, Jerry Stone's watching. I was just thinking about him earlier because we've got one of the bigger selections of new vinyl we're going to show in one night than we have in quite some time. So, yeah, Mr. Whitley and some of the other stuff you saw in that crate will be auctioned. So, how do you bid? You just, do we still have Dave Matthews Band, Under the Table and Dreaming? We do. They're right here. We've got 4 or 5 of them. You bid in the comments, and you buy in the comments, regardless of where you're watching. Michelle, you'll see very quickly how to do it when I start putting up some crates here in a second. It's very easy. I'll show you. I'll tell you. And we'll go through a crate. Let me find one. Which one do I want to do first? Let's go through this one right here. So we're going to start with a crate of new vinyl. And then the sheets, Tanner, I can go ahead and print them. I don't have them formatted. But, so. Twitch. Let's see. Trying to get my camera just right. This wheel is like not wanting to pivot, but I think that's good enough. The price on Dave Matthews Band is $42.99. Dave Matthews Band, Under the Table and Dreaming. I saw where somebody messaged the page and wanted one of those, but yes, we still have them. All right, so we're going to start with a crate of new vinyl. And let's put up some auctions. So I've got Japanese stuff that was in the flip video, and then I've got Japanese stuff that y'all have not seen. So that's what we're going to start with first. I'm going to pull out 2 Japanese pressings of stuff you have not seen before. And let's start with those. Okay. We have 2 new Japanese auctions. We have 2 crates of Japanese vinyl, and then we have a whole bin of OG stuff to auction from various places, and that's what we're going to do tonight. So, first Japanese auctions is Waylon and Jesse, Waylon Jennings and Jesse Coulter, Leather and Lace. This is a pristine Japanese pressing, so we've been away from some of our Japanese stuff for a while. We have plenty of really cool OG stuff to auction. We're going to do that as well, but we have to start showing some of these. We've got some really cool stuff that's been sitting in the back from Japan, and we've got some of it out. So we've got our first auction here. That's a $35 start. Waylon Jennings and Jesse Coulter, Leather and Lace, pristine Japanese pressing, as you can see, with OB and insert. And we have Joe Walsh, but seriously, folks. Joe Walsh, but seriously, folks. I've never had a Japanese pressing of this. Nice gatefold, stout and top, tip-on jacket. Very cool. There's the, looks like a, is there on the cover, like his picnic basket top insert. And a near mint, pristine Japanese pressing. Very nice. Joe Walsh, but seriously, folks, that's also a $35 start. So also a $35 start on that. Waylon Jennings, and we will start right there. We already got a bid on Waylon Jennings, and I'm looking for a bid on Joe Walsh. Okay, new vinyl. There's not so many new releases in here, but there's some restocks and some stuff we haven't had in a long time. So that's usually how we start our show, is with a box of new vinyl. David Bowie, official Bowie, Heroes. For some reason, just not an easy original OG record to find, and I sell the heck out of it. I think Heroes is one of his best songs. This is a great album. David Bowie Heroes. We've got 2 of them, $31.99. Sturgill Simpson. This is the one that I can't seem to keep in the store, along with many others of his. But Cutting Grass is $33.99. That's the 2LP, black vinyl. Sturgill Simpson Cutting Grass, $33.99. David Bowie Heroes, Sturgill Simpson. And there you're going to see several David Bowie restocks. This is actually an official release, and I didn't really notice it because they didn't have a picture with it, but I thought it was very cool. David Bowie live in Berlin. Orange vinyl. David Bowie live in Berlin on orange vinyl. That is also $31.99. Waylon Jennings is at $40. The Joe Walsh is a $35 start, Jeff McIntosh. $35 start on that. $35 start on that. We have a $40 bid on the Waylon and Jesse, and we're looking for a $35 on Joe Walsh. First official sell of the night goes to Lou Hetzer. David Bowie live in Berlin on orange vinyl. That is sold to Lou Hetzer. Got a restock of Iron Maiden Fear of the Dark, which if you were on the waiting list for this, it came in. $44.99. Iron Maiden Fear of the Dark. That is $44.99, and the waiting list for that was Hector Patino, Paul Brothers, Dwayne Sevilla, Tillman Smoot, and Darren Wortman. So if you were waiting on one of those, you have to wait no longer. It will be on the next invoice you receive. That's Iron Maiden Fear of the Dark, $44.99. Been waiting for that. That's the U.S. version too. More sought after, it seems like. Paul Brothers wants the other David Bowie live we have on orange vinyl. I thought that was very cool. David Bowie in Berlin on orange vinyl. And I have Robert Madon put UM, and I think he meant I Am for Iron Maiden. And it looks like Jerry Stone also wants one of those. So Robert Madon and Jerry Stone on Iron Maiden and Iron Maiden. Both David Bowies sold. I'll probably make a note to order more of those. Waylon Jennings, live Austin City Limits. And I think this is on like a psychedelic top splatter vinyl, $29.99. New release. I think I didn't get them in last week. Waylon Jennings live Austin City Limits. Hey, I was just there. Color exclusive. Limited edition. New West Records. $29.99 on those. Mike Vandergis also wants an Iron Maiden. Aaron Watts wants the Waylon Jennings live. Let me get everybody updated on our first 2 auctions of the night because we only have about 3,000 to go through. The Waylon Jennings back here is Waylon and Jesse, Leather and Lace. That's a pristine, as you well know, Japanese press of that. Kevin Hughes is at $40. And then Joe Walsh, I'm looking for a $35 start. But seriously, folks, no one has bid on that yet. That's our first two auctions of the night. If you're just hopping on, you hadn't missed anything. Got a restock of the Crow soundtrack, an essential. I feel like if these things ever go out of print, they're not going to be cheap. $39.99. This is the 2LP with the Crow etching, Stone Temple Pilots, 9 Inch Nails, The Cure, Pantera, Rage Against the Machine. That is $39.99 for Brandon Lee, the Crow original motion picture soundtrack. Those are $39.99. Williams out on Waylon, so final call for that for $40. If Joe doesn't get a bid, it will be a buy it now for $35, first come, first serve. Lynch Mob Revolution on red vinyl. I think there was one person on the waiting list for this. The Lynch Mob on red vinyl. I've got two more in right now. These are $29.99. Waiting list for Lynch Mob. Waiting list for Lynch Mob. Where are you, Lynch Mob? Rob Scheffler. Rob Scheffler. I've already got you down for one. I have two more if anybody wants one. David C. I've got you down for a Crow soundtrack. How much was the Iron Maiden? Do you have any left? I've got two left, Jimmy. They are $44.99. I've got two left. Very nice gatefold. Lynch Mob's $29.99, and I got a restock of Radiohead, The Bends. These are $42.99. James Bragg, I've got you down for one already, and that was the only person on the wait list. Radiohead, The Bends, $42.99. Robert Johnson wants Lynch Mob. That's sold to Robert Johnson. I'm also going to sell our first auction of the night, which is Waylon Jennings and Jesse Coulter to Kevin Hughes for $40. And Tracy just bid $35 on Joe Walsh. We're not going to keep that going any longer. Tracy McFadden, you get Joe Walsh for $35. Thank you. Jason Kenton wants the Waylon Jennings Live. That's the last one I have of those from Austin City Limits. That's sold to Jason Kenton. I'd like to get on the Bowie Live wait list. Put Beast Smoker Barbecue on David Bowie Live in Berlin orange vinyl. And Josh Duvall wants Radiohead, The Bends. Radiohead, The Bends. That's sold to Josh Duvall. Got a restock. Somebody just mentioned this the last time we were going through David Bowie records. They needed pinups. Here they are, $29.99. I've got three of them. David Bowie pinups. I thought it was something out of print, but I guess not. The first request for auctions tonight, and I promise I'm seeing your comments. I just not going to be able to acknowledge everything that I read. Otherwise, I would be, we wouldn't get anything done. But I'm usually reading your comments. I may not actually acknowledge them, but I'll try my best. If you can't stay on long, I will try to get an auction in queue. We'll do 2 or 3 at the same time tonight. I will try my best to get to everything early if you can't stay very long or can't stay up till midnight. But the first 2 auction requests I seen were these 2 killer pieces here. So we'll get those. Give me 1 second. Let me get first pulled out of here. Jeff McIntosh with a David Bowie pinups. That is sold to Jeff McIntosh, and I have 2 of those left. I also got a restock of the LA Guns Riot on the Sunset, the best of LA Guns. That's on pink vinyl. That's a LA Guns compilation, and there was somebody on the waiting list for that. LA Guns, the live one came in too. I'll show that in just a second. There was somebody waiting for the other one too. Ted Mindpiece. Ted Mindpiece. Your best of LA Guns on pink vinyl came in. It will be on the next invoice. All right, next auction is Ace Frehley, Japanese solo album. Let's see. Yeah, really nice copy. This cover is about VG Plus. It's got a little bit of a corner ding there, just a little bit of edge wear up here. It's not bad whatsoever though. Really nice. These Japanese Kiss albums, I think, have the best artwork that I've seen. Some of the remasters are really good. You know, when they remaster a lot of the stuff, they remaster the artwork too. These Japanese pressings are, even the black and white inserts, cool looking, or high quality, I should say. So this has just the inner sleeve, the insert, the obi, the cover, as you would hope, and near mint, pristine. This is very nice. It looks, as do most of these, near mint. Kiss Ace Frehley. So The opening bid on that, the starting bid on that is going to be a $65 start. That's for Kiss Ace Frehley solo album. $65 start for that. Insert, inner sleeve, Obi, cover, near mint vinyl, or VG plus cover, near mint minus vinyl. And then Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. This is also a $65 start. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. It has a minute Obi tear right there. Other than that, this is a beautiful copy. Elton John's Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Near mint Japanese pressing. 2LP includes this insert. This is an original DGM recording. That's a $65 start. $65 start. Yellow Brick Road. That's on some people's Japanese want list for sure. All right, let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Bowie pinups, we got that pulled. Put Fat Boy. Is that a request? Fat Boy's auction. Let's see here. Price for LA Guns. Aaron, LA Guns is $29.99. I've got 2 left. That's on pink vinyl. 65 on Ace, 65 on Elton, 66 on Ace, 65. Okay, we'll let those simmer for a second. Got a restock. I wasn't really sold out, but anytime I see them come back in, I grab several because this is something you need to have even if you have an OG, and that's the remastered Pink Floyd Wish You Were Here. These are $38.99. It's such a quiet, delicate, just like Delicate Sound of Thunder. It's so quiet and delicate in some parts. You know, these remastered versions are awesome. They are absolutely awesome. That is $38.99, Wish You Were Here. And when those tend to go out of stock, they're, I don't know, they really jump in price because people are always buying them. So if they happen to run out, they get pricey. Seen it last Christmas of 2021. They were like 80 and 90 bucks. A restock of Crosby, Stills & Nash, Deja Vu. Crosby, Stills & Nash, Deja Vu. This is the 2021 remaster, $31.99. Another album. OG's just hard to find really, really quiet copies, $31.99. Okay, let's see here. We've got Elton John. We had Elton John 65, Elton John 75, Ace Frehley 70, Ace 75, Elton John 77. All right, so I've got Elton John at 77 and Ace at 75. That's where I'm at for right now. And then let's pull some Pink Floyds. One for Susie. We got one for Vicky Wiley, one for Joe Musser, one for Gwen Carley, one for Lou Hetzer. And I'm going to have to pull some more out of the bins. I ran out at Lou Hetzer, but we still got these in stock. Luckily, Stephen Chesney needs one, and Kevin Doxey. I think we got a couple new buyers I just seen on the Pink Floyd. Let me see how many more I have right here. Yeah, we're going to have to go to the back on those. I've got 2 more up here. There's one for Kevin and Stephen. Stephen Chesney was next. Stephen Chesney was next, and then Stephen Chesney and Kevin Doxey. And Kevin, I don't recall saying your name too many times, so if you're a first-time buyer, thank you and welcome to CollectCo Live. Make sure you message our page with your email address and your mailing address. Email address and mailing address. We send invoices on Monday. Yesterday, we sent out invoices, probably the biggest batch of invoices we've ever sent out. We'll do it again Monday. Starting tonight, we're having 5 consecutive sales. We've got, once again, this incredible lineup of records to show all week. It's going to be crazy. So, welcome. Anybody else watching new, it's very easy to buy. And very, very easy to buy. Just comment what you want. We'll sell it to you, and we'll go from there. No, I think I've got them all, but we do need more to put back in the crates so I can show them later. So, here's who I got down for a Pink Floyd. That was Susie, Vicky, Joe Musser, Gwen Carley, Lou Hetzer, Stephen Chesney, and Kevin Doxey. And I hope I'm saying your last name right, but just make sure you message our page. And then I showed Crosby, Stills & Nash, and we need one of those for Susie, Aaron Watts, and Jerry Stone. So all 3 of those are sold as well. I don't think I have anybody else on one. If anybody else does need one, let me know, because I'm obviously going to order more. Got to always keep those in stock. So all 3 Deja Vus are sold. And we had a restock of Radiohead Pablo Honey. I thought I ordered more. I thought I ordered more of this one, but I guess I didn't. So I've only got one Pablo Honey, unless they back ordered the rest of them. and there was several people on the wait list for that. Pablo, go ahead. Right here, Sherry Darnell, Jerry Stone, Heather Perry, James Bragg, and Dakota Wilkie. So that is all I have. I've got one more, and that's so to Josh Duvall. And I'll definitely order more. That stuff is always in demand. So let's get everybody updated on our second batch of auctions. I've got Cuda Bryan 83 on Elton John. He's at $80. Cuda Bryan 83. This is a near mint. The vinyl is near mint pristine. The cover's super, super nice as well. I usually don't call covers near mint, but some of these Japanese pressings I can. I mean, look, the corners on this, and it's 50 years old, is better than some of these brand new pressings. Just a small tear in the... It's immaculate. DJM, Yellow Brick Road. High bid on that is $80. I figured that would be very popular. And the high bid on Ace, this has the original inner sleeve, the insert. It has the Obi, VG Plus cover, near mint minus vinyl. The last bid I see on that is $87 with Dave Polick. Dave Polick's at 87. So 87 on Ace, 80 on Elton, final call. I figured they would bring about the same. And I got a restock of the Division Bell. This album originally came out in March of 1994, and OG copies, not the cheapest. They're not super expensive, but for $50, this is definitely the best version you can get of that before they get pricey. So, Division Bell 2LP remastered, $49.99. Also on nice, quiet, remastered vinyl. Susie Breedlove wants a Division Bell. Sold to Susie. Okay. Mike Vandergist also wants one. That was a good crate of new vinyl. Tonight we got some really good new vinyl. I've got 6 crates. Well, I've condensed them into 4. So they're 4 very full crates. Very good restocks. There's some stuff y'all didn't know that was coming. Lots of stuff I could have made post on, but I went ahead and just said we'll keep it for the sale. It's more exciting that way anyway. Alice Lowry also wants one. Joseph Feliciti. That may have just been a butcher on your last name, but I've got you down for that, and you must be a first-time buyer because I haven't said your name too many times. If you are, thank you and welcome. Make sure you message our page with your email address and mailing address, and we will send you an invoice on Monday. Thank you, Joseph. I may start calling you Joseph F. if I can't master your last name. We've also got 6 crates of OG, counting that 1 crate of stuff we're going to auction, like Keith Whitley, the Hendrix album, the Dwight Yoakam, some stuff like that. We actually just got all that in a walk-in collection. It's some really good stuff that we don't get too often. You were close. All right, final call on these. Lou Hetzer's at 90 on Yellow Brick Road. Final call. And final call on Dave's at 87 on Ace. Final call on that. I'm definitely about to sell Ace. I'm going to give Elton John a little bit more time. Here's the only stuff left in this bin. David Bowie Heroes, $31.99. Single LP, remaster, David Bowie Heroes. Sturgill Simpson, Cutting Grass, $33.99. I love some of the music on here. And I'm mostly into rock. I love this stuff. We have 2 copies left of Iron Maiden, Fear of the Dark. That is $44.99. Elton John's now at $93. 1 Crow soundtrack left, $39.99. 1 Lynch Mob Revolution on red vinyl left, $29.99. And Radiohead The Bends, $42.99. Radiohead The Bends, $42.99. So I'll quit talking about it. Okay. I've only ever had 1 Rush Power Windows, and I'll tell you about it in just a second. And once again, I probably should be keeping this one. Let's go ahead and sell Ace, though. I'm going to lay it over here in the sold pile. Ace Frehley is sold to Dave Polick for $87. They're still bidding on Elton John. We also got a restock of Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. $38.99 for Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. David Bowie Pinups, $29.99. And LA Guns, Riot on the Sunset Strip. Riot on the Sunset. Right on the Sunset, the best of LA Guns, $29.99. That is on pink vinyl. Dan wants a Maiden, Fear of the Dark. I think Dan Triga, you may be a first-time buyer with us as well. Thank you and welcome. Make sure you message our page. $7 unlimited shipping all week. Thank you. And if you like buying records, you have found the right place. All right, let's go ahead and put up Paul Stanley. I've seen 2 requests for that. I guess we'll do all the Kiss stuff first. People are chomping at the, what do they call it? The something. The bit? Yeah, whatever that is. Chomping at the bit. Let's see here. Ace or Paul, I think we'll do him for the same start. What did I do the last one? 65 or 75? Oh, look at that. Amazing. This one's really nice. I can't hardly say anything bad about this one, especially on the jacket. Insert and near mint Japanese vinyl. GT's in at 65. Yeah, vinyl is near mint pristine. Kiss, Paul Stanley insert. This has, is there anything else with this one? Just that. Just the insert, Obi, really nice cover, near mint minus vinyl. Last bid I seen on Elton John was Lou Hetzer at $96. That's going twice, going 3 times. Lou Hetzer at $96. Dan, thank you. I've got you down for an Iron Maiden. Jason, all the new vinyl is sticker price, so the Radiohead is $42.99. Michael Hirara, I've got you down for a Pink Floyd. Michael, thank you. You may be a first-time buyer too. If you are, thank you and welcome. He's not? Okay. I just maybe not say your name enough. That's a bad thing. I should be saying your name every 30 seconds buying a record. Okay, let's go through one of our first crates of vintage OG stuff. Let me see what I've got. If this is the one I wanted to go through first. Yeah, we had some stuff walk in the door. I actually had just got back from Texas. There was a guy here. He had like, how many albums did he have? 200 or 300 probably. They were all stacked up on the counter. I looked through them, I bought them, and it was a pretty good batch of records. I literally just got back from Austin. Tanner was unloading our collection from there, so it was more than 200 or 300? No, from the stuff I bought when we got here. Yeah, as soon as I got, yeah, I think it was like 300 albums, so yeah, it's pretty cool stuff in there. So that's what a lot of this is. And high bid on Paul Stanley right now is $85. High bid on Elton's $100. Okay, Jason says he'll take a Radiohead. Yeah, all the new vinyl, especially brand new stuff, it is always sticker price. You know, we do run new vinyl on sale usually, and when we do, it's like clearance. It's like blowout prices. So, okay, several people out on Elton. Final call on Paul. The Paul Stanley new LP, the 2014 remaster, has been out of stock for quite some time. I don't know what's up with it, but they hadn't printed that on black vinyl. The picture disc is available, but I can't get it on black vinyl. So no, I don't have that in stock. And I don't get too many of the OGs either. So, okay, so final call on Paul Stanley at 85 of GT, and final call on Elton John at 100. New vintage arrivals. These are first come, first serve, and none of this is check condition, so it's all EX Plus to near mint minus. Americathon soundtrack. Americathon. That is $19.99. Beach Boys, Elvis Costello, Nick Lowe, Eddie Money, Tom Scott. $19.99. Some of this is also from the Bowling Green collection, which I think y'all are familiar with that as well. The Beach Boys, Surf's Up. $34.99. 1971 Terre Haute press. Very, very nice copy. The Beach Boys Surf Up. $34.99. That's a 71 Terre Haute. The Doors, LA Woman, is a 71 repress CTH Terre Haute, $44.99. It doesn't have the window cover. Man, still, I just don't get that very often. The window covers are very difficult to get. The Doors is $44.99. Quiet Sun, Mainstream, $29.99. 1975 Terre Haute. And Adam and the Ants, Prince Charming. That is $24.99. Adam and the Ants, Prince Charming. Frank Sinatra's Greatest Hits, $14.99. Frank Sinatra's Greatest Hits. That looks like it's unplayed. Very, very nice. Sinatra's Greatest Hits. No Man's Land, Lena Lovitch. Gold stamp promo on the back, $19.99. And All-Time Greatest Hits of Roy Orbison. That's a 2LP, $19.99. All-Time Greatest Hits of Roy Orbison. Near mint. Chris Gardner on Sinatra. If anybody's ever a first-time buyer, thank you and welcome. Make sure you message our page. Chris, I've got you down for Sinatra. I'm going to go ahead and end these next two auctions, which is Paul Stanley going to GT Bass for $85. That's sold to GT for $85. And Kuda Bryan gets Elton John for 100. That's sold to Cuda Bryan for 100. Cuda Bryan 83 to be exact. All right, I got some people on standby for Rush Power Windows. I'll also put up a copy of what? Let's do this Zeppelin. I think we sold a VG Plus Zeppelin the other night. This is this one's really nice. The Rats, those are coming. Mike Vandergist gets the Doors. Mike, I figured there'd be maybe 2 or 3 other comments for that minimum. You were the only one, unless somebody was thinking about it and now they've thought too long. It's sold to Mike. Okay, Rush Power Windows. This, I've only ever had one copy. I know exactly where it's at. It's in Scott Smith's collection. $95 start. Rush Power Windows. I think last time I said I don't get these too often. I should keep it. I'm saying the exact same thing again. Seth filmed the flip video, and I was actually probably going to hang on to a few things in there, or at least listen to them first. But just like there's a couple of video records in the other video that I filmed, I was filming the video and I was like, dang, I meant to pull that out. I was at least going to listen to it. I don't think it could get any nicer, just like the last one. These look like they're unplayed. And this is a nice, pristine Japanese pressing. Can't say much more about it. Power Windows, fantastic. It rivals the 200-gram versions in sound quality. Very, very good. Okay, 2 bids on that already. It's staying warm and cozy. Scott's got it secure. Led Zeppelin Physical Graffiti. This is an OG. It's a 75. It is a 75, and it's nice. I'll go ahead and show you what one of the discs looks like. We don't get copies of physical that look like this too often, especially ones I can call, you know, a 75 OG. Very, very nice. It's got all the inserts. You are familiar with how the cover works, that, and it has the extra sleeves. Yeah, really nice copy. Physical Graffiti. Nice jacket too. Not a lot of wear on the windows, etc. That's a $45 start. Led Zeppelin albums, the demand, always high and always will be. Creedence Clearwater Revival, self-titled. This is their first album, $34.99, Blue Fantasy label. That was an OG press of that. Creedence Clearwater Revival, $34.99. Tina Turner, Private Dancer, $19.99. You may be familiar with a song she did, What's Love Got to Do with It. Introducing the Beau Brummels, $19.99. Their hit song was Laugh Laugh. This is a Autumn Rhino reissue, $19.99. I think there for a while was a challenge for people to find those. In nice condition. I think it still is, but we've got them in quite often recently. The Kinks, Give the People What They Want. That's $14.99 for the Kinks. And Evening Star, Fripp and Eno, 1975 UK, $49. That's Robert Fripp and Brian Eno, $49.99. Evening Star. Evening Star. Very interesting. And the Police Synchronicity is on the purple translucent vinyl. OG press of that, $29.99. I know it looks black. You got to hold it up to the light. That's $29.99. That's for the Police Synchronicity. Okay, so update on Rush. Arm Lazelle's at 100. David Howard must be thinking. We have... My wife said I can stop talking about it now. Okay. Oh, David, that might have went... It might have jumped up too fast on him. Led Zeppelin 50, 45, 50. And then I have Craig Thomas put AA. That was for Adam Ant. Led Zeppelin 50. Michelle Phillips on CCR. Actually, that's Michelle. I've got to be careful of that. Michelle Phillips. Don't we have a Michelle Phillips too? Or am I crazy? Or am I seeing something wrong here? I believe that's Michelle Phillips. Completely different buyer. Michelle, I've got you down for CCR. Led Zeppelin 65. Led Zeppelin 55. Brian C. on the Tina Turner. That's sold to Brian C. Susie, I will pull you a Rush moving pictures. Give me 1 second on that. Be sure to remind me. Led Zeppelin 70. Led Zeppelin 66. Rush 101. R.J. Myers first on the Police. Really nice copy of that. Derek was next on Led Zeppelin. Dan, you were next on the Police. Rush 105. Michelle, I've got you down for Creedence. And high bid on Arm Lazelle is on a mission tonight. He's at 110 on Rush and 85 on Led Zeppelin. Both pristine copies. Boz Scaggs, Silk Degrees, $19.99. I think at one time everybody had that in the 70s. The Best of Genesis. This is some earlier Genesis stuff here. $29.99. The Best of Genesis. 2 LP compilation. Rutland Times. Eric Idle and Neil Innes. The Rutland Weekend Songbook. $14.99. Doctors Ebo on the Kinks. That's sold to Doctors Ebo. Brent Hall on BS. That's Boz Scaggs. Rush is $115. Led Zeppelin 95. This is a pristine copy of physical. I use a certain word or phrase because it's 2 words. When we get a copy like this, it's called a top copy, meaning I don't know if you could get a better one, maybe in shrink wrap. That's about it. I could call that a top copy. John Lennon Rock and Roll, $24.99. That's in shrink wrap. This is a John Lennon album he did of like early rock and roll covers. $24.99, featuring his hit cover of Stand By Me by Benny King. $24.99. That's in shrink wrap. That's also a nice copy. J.J. Cale Troubadour, $34.99. This is in shrink wrap, and it's on Shelter, and I think it's a foreign press. It was very interesting. Yeah, it's an Italian pressing of Troubadour on the Moon Shelter label. Jimi Hendrix is $34.99. This is pressed in 1986. Later pressing. That's what an 86 pressing looks like. It is near mint though. $34.99. Are you experienced? Hot Rocks, another really nice copy. This is the Abco reissue, $39.99. It is near mint. Rolling Stones Hot Rocks. I usually read off the track listing when we have new copies so I can sell multiples. I hope everybody knows what Hot Rocks is. It's the greatest Stones comp that was pressed. $39.99. Speaking of comps, Black Sabbath's greatest hits. $39.99. 1982 UK. Paranoid, NIB. Changes, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, Iron Man, Black Sabbath, War Pig, Sweet Leaf, Tomorrow's Dream. That's very nice. $39.99. All right, let's get everybody updated on our auctions. A lot has happened. The last record I pulled was Brent Hall's Boz Scaggs. Then Led Zeppelin was at 90. Rush was at 115. Somebody else was at 115. Then we hit 95 on that. Then we hit 120 on Rush, 99 on Zeppelin, 100 on Zeppelin, another 100 on Zeppelin, 105. Nathan Norfleet was first to Jimi Hendrix. That sold to Nathan. And Mark Shelton on BS, and that's for Black Sabbath. Chris Gardner, you were second. And that means on Led Zeppelin, Arm Lazelle is at 110 on Physical Graffiti. Arm Lazelle's at 110. And then the last bid on Rush was Arm Lazelle 120. He's still the high bidder. Not anymore. Derek's at 115. I got to remind everybody that Kashmir is on this album. Wow. Might have just changed the game. Roxy Music, $29.99. Country Life, OG Atco, $29.99 for Roxy Music. Yellow Atco label, $29.99 on that. And we have Meatloaf in shrink wrap. Bat Out of Hell, nice price sticker, $34.99. $34.99. That's technically a repress of that on the black label. It is pristine. So many people want an original Meatloaf. I keep them in stock on new vinyl. I remember during Christmas, people's like in here, my husband, my brother, my sister, whoever they was wanting one for, they're wanting Meatloaf. And I'm like, well, they come and they're gone, as hopefully you're about to see soon. 10 Years After, Undead, $19.99. And we've got Hank Williams, A Home in Heaven. This is a Hank Williams compilation of gospel spiritual music, $19.99. Okay, Adian on Roxy Music. Adian, I've got you down for Roxy Music. I think they bought last week, or at least was on. By the way, Susie got a copy of Moving Pictures. If anybody else wants one, I've got these in stock. I've got another Rush album to show later. Moving Pictures is $36.99, 180 gram remaster. If you want those, I would grab them. There's Adian's Roxy Music. Bubby Mercer on Meatloaf. Yep. Another one comes, another one goes. Mike Vandergist on Hank Williams, and Terrell on 10 Years After. Terrell, I've got you down for 10 Years After. All right, I'm about to do some final calls. I've gave these a little bit more time because there's still multiple people bidding on Led Zeppelin. Arm Lazelle, and no one has really set out. Arm Lazelle's at 120, and Rush, Moving Pictures, no one else has bid. I'm going to do a final call on that. Rush is at 120. Japanese pressing of Moving Pictures. If you don't know what's going on back here, High bids at 120, and it's perfect. Yeah, that first track's awesome, the way it comes on, the big money. And then Manhattan Project, I like that one. Territories. Mystic Rhythms. That might be, quote, the hit off that one. Terrell, that was 1999. Led Zeppelin's back at 125. I'm about to sell Rush, though. We've got 2 crates of stuff to auction tonight. Willie and the Poor Boys. This is also an OG copy. Yes, I was hoping it was. My memory, that's what it was telling me. Blue Fantasy label, $34.99. Power windows, not moving pictures. Yes, power windows. Sorry, we just showed moving pictures. Sorry, Jody, don't yell at me. Jody's a serious Rush fan. Alice Cooper's Greatest Hits, $26.99. AC's Greatest Hits, $26.99. And the Best of Joe Walsh in shrink wrap, MCA, that is $19.99. The Best of Joe Walsh, $19.99. Rocky Mountain Way, Funk 49. Turn your pretty head and walk away. That's the Best of Joe Walsh. Van Morrison, Tupelo Honey, $34.99. Not one of the pristine near mint OGs of the night, but this is a really nice near mint reissue, $34.99. $34.99 on that. Still a vintage copy. Rush 125, Rush 130. Let's see here. Susie Breedlove. Susie Breedlove on Alice. That's Alice Cooper. Marty Ellis on Joe Walsh. And we're good. Anybody want Tupelo Honey? $34.99. The Big Chill soundtrack. Hadn't showed one of these in a while. $19.99. Awesome. Awesome soundtrack. Marvin Gaye, Temptations, Rascals, Three Dog Night, More Temptations, Procol Harum, Wild a Shade of Pale, $19.99. And Leonard Skinner, Legend, in shrink wrap with hype sticker, featuring the vocals of Ronnie Van Zant, previously unreleased and live material. That is $34.99. Hadn't had a nice one of those in a while. And Bob Seger, The Distance, also with a really cool hype sticker, contains Shame on the Moon. That is $29.99. Shrink wrap, hype sticker, and original inner sleeve, near mint minus vinyl, $29.99 on Mr. Bob. Then and Now, The Best of the Monkees is $24.99. And Yvonne Elliman, Food of Love. I don't think I've ever had that before. $9.99. Who Was the Undead record? That was 10 years after. It's already sold. R.M. Lazelle's at $145 on Led Zeppelin. Mike Vandergist on Big Chill. Angela Leckington on Hot Rocks. That's sold to Angela Leckington. I figured somebody'd buy that. And Brent Hall wants the Monkees compilation. Sherry Darnell wants Tupelo Honey and Seeger. A 2-for-1 comment. Tupelo Honey and Seeger. Those are both sold to Sherry Darnell. Where are we on the Rush album? Rush is at 130. I'm waiting for word from Mr. Stephen Tuttle. If he's out, he's back in. 135. Moving. I keep calling it moving pictures. Power windows. Pictures and windows. I'm getting confused. Power windows. Look, see? He's got a remote control and it's raising his window. Power windows. All right. Crazy Horse. I've never had that Crazy Horse. $29.99. Has a white promo stamp. I've heard of Go promo stamps. I've never seen a white one. Crazy Horse. The name of the album is Crazy Moon. That is $29.99. And Little Milton, His Greatest Sides, a Chess Records reissue compilation, $19.99. The Book of Taliesin, Deep Purple. That is a 68 press. The Book of Taliesin, Deep Purple, $39.99. Original label, original press. Richie Blackmore, lead guitar. John Lord, there they all are. Nikki, Ian, John, Rod, Richie. That's Deep Purple. Mike Vandergist first on Milton Jackson. And we've got Blues Rarities from Chess Records. Rare and unissued recordings, just $24.99. B.B. King, Howlin' Wolf, Buddy Guy, Hound Dog Taylor, Sonny Boy Williamson, to mention some of those. Okay, Vicky asked what songs on Skinnerd, and then David Taylor wants it. So let me read off the track list right quick. Vicky, this is unreleased material and live concert version. So probably, you may have never heard of these because they were unreleased on their studio albums, and then some of them are live, which you probably heard. Georgia Peaches, When You Got Good Friends, Sweet Little Missy, Four Laws of Rayford, Simple Man, Truck Driving Man, One in the Sun, Mr. Banker, and Take Your Time. Vicky, if you say pass on that, it is sold to David Taylor. Rush is at 140. Led Zeppelin's out with Derek. Mike Vandergist first to the blues comp. Michael Nath, you were second. Alvo Dabney Jr. on Deep Purple. Alvo, that is sold to you. Thank you. And I know you're a first-time buyer. Welcome. Make sure you message our page, CollectCo. I think we've had a record number of first-time buyers for our first 45 minutes. I think we've had 8 new buyers in the first 45 minutes of this show. So thank you to everybody. Probably a lot of people were watching last week. Here's what I learned from new-time buyers. They watch for about a week or two to understand what's going on, and then they start buying after they figure out everything. So Rush is now at 150. Vicky passes. So David Taylor gets to Skinner. See, I like albums like that, Leonard Skinner, because it's probably stuff you've never heard before. It's like whenever I find a new album by somebody I'm kind of familiar with, but it's probably all new stuff, it's like a whole new experience. The Alice Cooper Show, $26.99, near mint copy. But if you are watching for the first time, or, wow, this is really nice, or if you've been watching for the last 4 years, you know the process, hopefully. This is buy it now, and we're bidding on these auctions. I'm about to do a final call on a couple. Rush, Steven says he's out. This means safe. I guess he's out. That is at $150 to Arm Lozelle. Final call. I'm about to sell it. And then it's been a while on Led Zeppelin. Arm Lozelle, he's the high bidder, $145. This is a near mint OG. It is a SETI 5. It's a perfect copy. I like selling pristine records. We have to travel all over the country sometimes to find them. When we get them, I really like to promote them because they're beautiful. Not easy to get. Okay, let's see here. Angela got Hot Rocks. I've already pulled that for Angela. Angela, if you can hear me, I've already got Hot Rocks pulled for you. Okay, yes, she already got that. She must be having connection problems. Angela, you've got Hot Rocks. Free as a 71 Terre Haute press, free live. Paul Rogers and free, $19.99 on that. And Jimmy Rogers, Chess Masters, double album, $34.99, 1984. Jimmy Rogers, Chess Masters. Final call on Physical and Rush. Final call. Carol Puckett first to free. Ulysses making multiple fake Facebook accounts. What's he under? I hadn't seen anything. Led Zeppelin, let's see. Carol Puckett got free. Greg was second. Mike Vandergist first on JR. Michael Nath was second. And then we've got Genesis, A Trick of the Tail. Genesis, A Trick of the Tail, $24.99. Yellow Atco label, $24.99 on that. And Viva Roxy Music. Viva Roxy Music. This is $19.99. Also a yellow. These are really nice. $19.99, $19.99. And Moon Martian, $9.99. Last record in this bin, More American Graffiti, $24.99. More American Graffiti. That's from the original motion picture soundtrack. So free, JR. I'm also going to go ahead and end these auctions. Rush, Arm Lozelle, $150. Sold to Arm Lozelle. And Led Zeppelin, Physical. Arm Lozelle, I think we stopped at $145. We did, $145. All right, let me grab a couple more auctions, then not much left in that crate. These vintage bins are also really good. And like I said earlier, we've also got really good new vinyl. Okay, this is, for some people, a grail. Keith Whitley, Don't Close Your Eyes. I'm going to put it up for auction. We usually have a saying when these come up, the ground is shaking, because this is like some of the most sought after country music. If Brandon Sanders is watching, he's already in tears. Keith Whitley, Don't Close Your Eyes, in shrink wrap and hop sticker. In shrink wrap and hop sticker. Originally sold at the Record Bar in 1988. Wow, I'm no stranger to the rain. Now, I like that. The ground is shaking, as we like to call it. Keith Whitley's catalog is kind of unique in that it was never reissued. It was never reissued. There's never been any represses of it. Let me grab another auction right quick before I say any more, before I'm away from the camera. His stuff has never been repressed. By the way, this is a $95 start. It's in shrink wrap, and it is a perfect copy. Keith Whitley, Don't Close Your Eyes. This is a $95 start in shrink wrap and hop sticker. I've even emailed people through our distributors and like, hey, can we like maybe let them know how much of a demand there is for Keith Whitley's catalog? And I think throughout the ins and outs, they're slowly working on maybe trying to get some of this stuff pressed again, but I have no idea. So Keith Whitley, don't close your eyes. This is a near mint copy. This is really nice. It's in shrink wrap. It's got the original price tags on it. Top copy. It looks unplayed. Calvin's at $95. And Mr. Stevie Ray Vaughan. I just visited his statue in Austin, Texas a couple of days ago when we went down there to buy a record collection. This is a Japanese press of Texas Flood, Stevie Ray Vaughan, and Double Trouble, Texas Flood. Really nice copy in shrink wrap with Obi. It has the inner sleeve. It has the insert. And this is pristine near mint vinyl, Texas Flood. This was Stevie Ray's debut album. $75 start. $75 start on Stevie Ray Vaughan and Double Trouble, Texas Flood. $75 start on that. Okay, let's see. Back up to the top. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Doctor's Ebo on AG. That was American Graffiti. That was with Doctor's Ebo. It's Moon Martin, not Moon Martian. Moon Martin, excuse me. Moon Martin. Thank you, Craig. Moon Martin. I don't know what I said earlier. Let's see. Keith Whitley, 95. Keith Whitley, 105. Stevie Ray Vaughan, 75, 75. Keith Whitley, 110 and 115. So, our first crate of vintage. Let me go through that one more time. Americathon. Americathon, 1999. Beach Boys, Elvis Costello, Eddie Money. The Beach Boys Surfs Up is a 71 Terre Haute press, $34.99. Quiet Sun Mainstream is $29.99. That's a 75 Terre Haute. Quiet Sun Mainstream. Lena Lovitch, No Man's Land, $19.99. Gold stamp promo. All-time greatest hits of Roy Orbison, $19.99. Roy Orbison's greatest hits. Introducing the Beau Brummels, $19.99 on that. And an Evening Star, Fripp and Eno, $49.99, 1975 UK. Evening Star. That's Robert Fripp and Brian Eno, $49.99. The Best of Genesis was $29.99, 2LP compilation. Rutland Times, Eric Idle and Niall Ines is $14.99. John Lennon Rock and Roll is $24.99. John Lennon Rock and Roll and J.J. Cale Troubadour, $34.99. J.J. Cale Troubadour, that's in shrink wrap. Creedence Clearwater Revival, Willie and the Poor Boys is $34.99. And Yvonne Elliman Food of Love, $9.99. Crazy Horse, Crazy Moon is $29.99. The Alice Cooper Show, that was a really nice copy, $26.99. Genesis, Trick of the Tail, $24.99. Viva Roxy Music, $19.99. And Moon Martin is $9.99. All right, so Keith Whitley was at $145, SRV $95, Keith Whitley $155. Gary, everything in here is sticker price. Stevie Ray Vaughan $96, Keith Whitley $160, Stevie Ray Vaughan $105. David Eberly, first on Genesis. Alvo was first to J.J. Cale. Alvo, I got you down for J.J. Cale. Stevie Ray Vaughan $100, Keith Whitley $170. Charlie DeFrank on Roxy Music. Charlie DeFrank on Roxy Music. Keith Whitley $175, and Mike McGinnis wants CCR. Yes, Willie and the Poor Boys. Mike, you asked about that earlier. I was going to come back around to it. And Walt wants Moon Martin and Viva Roxy Music. And that was a near mint OG on that Roxy Music. Did I already pull that? Or is it still in here hiding? Let's see. Let's see here. Did I pull? What do I got there? Did somebody else claim Roxy Music earlier? I think I accidentally pulled that, unless somebody else claimed it in here. That was David Eberly on Genesis, Alvo on J.J. Cale. Yeah, Charlie DeFrank already got it. Charlie DeFrank already got it. That's why I had it pulled. That's already sold to Charlie DeFrank. And Walt Cruz, I got you down for Moon Martin. Sorry, yes. The high bid on the Keith Whitley right now is at $180. And the high bid on Stevie Ray Vaughan, Texas Flood, near mint copy, pristine. I think I saw a 105. I did. Michael Nath is at 105. Michael Nath is at 105. That is where we're at on those. I'm going to grab a new crate, mostly of new vinyl. Yes, I'm going to grab our next selections of new vinyl, which there's some, if you missed what I said earlier, really good stuff that's coming this week. I'm going to grab this crate here. There's not as many titles in here, but we've got a lot of them, meaning I'm preparing to sell a lot. Hopefully. That's usually why I order a lot of something. First was a restock of a Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab, the Sisters of Mercy, First and Last and Always. This is from MoFi Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab. That is $39.99. First and Last and Always, Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab, and that is $39.99. The Sisters of Mercy. I did have a waiting list, or actually a pre-sale list. I posted this on our group. Make sure you're in our group. If you're not, I post when stuff comes back in stock. So there's a lot of stuff that we get and we don't expect to get. It's a repress, a restock, and when we get them in, sometimes the current price on Discogs may be $100, and we can price them for $39.99. That's the price on Sisters of Mercy. The waiting list for that was Walt Cruz, Michael O'Brien, Josh Duvall, and Josh Huddleston. Walt Cruz, Michael O'Brien, Josh Duvall, and Josh Huddleston. That's who got one. We've already got all those pulled. Josh Duvall, let me know if you want another. That is from MoFi. That's actually limited and numbered on the back, and that is $39.99. I've got several of those left if anybody wants one. Let me update everybody on Keith Whitley. That is Keith Whitley, Don't Close Your Eyes. This is a near mint top copy in shrink wrap with hype stickers. Hype sticker and price stickers. $180 on that. That didn't come with an inner sleeve, just a standard inner sleeve is what that one has. Final, and Michael Nath is at $105 on this. Also final call. I'm probably going to sell those at the same time. If you want to bid on Whitley, now's your chance. If you want to bid on Stevie Ray Vaughan, you don't have much time left. This is the West Coast Pop Art Experimental Band, Volume 3, A Child's Guide to Good and Evil. This is $38.99. Kevin Squires, this was a special request for Kevin, and I ordered another one. I never heard of these folks, but I figured it's worth a shot. The West Coast Pop Art Experimental Band, Volume 3. Josh said he just needs one with his pre-sale, okay? Howlin' Wolf, the Rockin' Chair album, is $38.99. Howlin' Wolf, the Rockin' Chair album, and Stone Sour, $42.99. Stone Sour, $42.99. Rush, Hold Your Fire, $36.99. It is a 200 gram pressing. There's no, let me show you the other ones we got in. So they sent us two different ones. It's the same SKU. This one is just in a resealable bag. It's in a resealable bag, so I opened one up and I checked it. And then we also got more of these. But yes, they are 200 gram. Hold Your Fires, 200 gram. So that was a surprise. The other Rush albums we've been getting in haven't been. But right now, it doesn't look like there is a 180 gram version of that. From everything I've seen, there's not a 180 gram version of that. So I did have a pre-sale on that. I offered it one night. Rush, let me find that. Hold Your Fire. Michael Nath, Brent Rabley, Lou Hetzer, Stephen Chesney, Paul Beck, and Jesse Hood. And a couple of those people only wanted one if there is 200. So those are $36.99. Those are $36.99. It looks like they're still being pressed at QRP. These actually have the QRP stickers with them. And this must be this is how the last ones we came in looked like. So that's what they are. And according to the Matrix, they're all the same thing. I opened one of these up, and I own one of these, and it's the exact same thing. It looks like they're repackaging them. I've never been a fan of these sleeves. Never been a fan of this whatsoever. But I like these here. So yeah, so I think this is maybe a little bit more desirable one. If Marty's wanting one of these here, I mean, if what I was going to do is give them to the first three people. If Marty absolutely wants one, we'll give him one unless Brent Rabley or Lou Hetzer wants one of these ones here. It's the same thing, but some people like that QRP sticker on there. They're all pressed to QRP from what I'm still understanding. So the waiting list was Michael Nath, Brent Rabley, Lou Hetzer, Stephen Chesney, and Paul Beck. So I'm going to go through here. If anybody else wants one, $36.99. This was later in Rush's catalog, so they're kind of a challenge to get. David Eberly, Debbie Blair, Gwen Carley, Michael Nath's already got one. Stephen Chesney's already got one. Kevin Hughes is at $185 on Keith Whitley. Brian C. gets a Rush. Marty, we'll give you a QRP one. You wasn't on the list, but I'll give you one of those. John Burlingame, Jody Ruffner, Debbie Blair. Let's see here. Susie Breedlove. And I think we're good to go. And Aram Lazelle. Okay. So there is Jody Ruffner wants one in a resealable bag. Okay, Rush is, oh, we don't want any Rushes to fall. Rush is $36.99. Hold your fire. And they're $36.99. That's the newest restock. I don't have those stickered either, Tanner. That's one of the last things I forgot to sticker. They're not stickered, $36.99, but they're $36.99. Okay, so high bid on Keith Whitley is Kevin Hughes at $185. Kevin Hughes is at $185 on Keith Whitley. New bidder. I think it was down to Josh and Calvin. Kevin's at $185. Stevie Ray Vaughan, Texas Flood, is sold. No one else had bid on that. That was $105 to Michael Nath. I remember that one. $105 to Michael Nath. Okay. And then I posted this when I saw these were available. Depeche Mode Black Celebration. Depeche Mode Black Celebration, $36.99. I have 3 of them. 2 people claimed one in the group. Depeche Mode is $36.99. And where is that one? Depeche Mode, $36.99. Where are you, Depeche Mode? Black Celebration. Kristen Barnett and Corey Wade. Jeff wants one, and so does Melinda and Josh Duvall. So the last time I seen an OG of this, Doug convinced me to sell it to him. I told him it wasn't going to be cheap, and it wasn't. But I told him, I said, if we had that on our sale, people would tune in just a bit on that record. And that's the last time I've ever seen an original of that. $36.99. Very, for some reason, all this Depeche Mode stuff, very difficult to get. So that's sold to Jeff, Melinda, and Josh Duvall got those 3. All right, I'm going to do this a final call. $185 to Kevin Hughes. I'm about to sell it. $185 to Kevin. And I'm going to grab our next auctions, which is going to be Rat. And I'll grab something here out of this OG bin, which we can make, I don't know, maybe this Clash 10-inch. I think it's pretty cool. So that'll be our next 2 auctions. All the Depeche Modes are gone. Let me show Rush one more time. So this is a 200-gram version. They're $36.99. Later in their catalog, I think it came out in '89. Yeah, '89, I believe. Just, I can't remember the last time we had one. Think about how many records we buy. Just not easy to get. Yes. Tanner's said the ones, whoever got one of these or whoever is going to get one of these are very thin. I think that's why they're changing their packaging. These rip. That's why we're not a fan. It's when people flip through these in the store, they rip so easily. So those that are wanting these, I think we got tagged, but I would actually, as a collector, I would prefer one in a resealable bag, to be honest. That's just what I think, though. That may not matter to you. Keith Whitley sold to Kevin Hughes for $185. Next auctions is the Clash Black Market Clash. The Clash, that's hard to say. The Clash Black Market Clash. Near mint. We have this listed as a 1980 Terre Haute near mint. That is a $35 start. And Rat out of the cellar, as you would expect, near mint, pristine. Even the Obi's nice on this one. We had the last one we had, the Obi had a little bit of foxing. This one is perfect all the way around, even every square inch of the vinyl. And it has the original inner sleeve. That is a $75 start. Rat out of the cellar. $35 on Clash, and $75 on Rap. You like hype stickers. I do. Okay, finally, Disco Collected came back in. $44.99 for Disco Collected. The waiting list on that was Marty Ellis, Susan Bell, James Bragg, Jerry Stone, Stephen Tuttle, Preston Rogers, Edward Star Wars, John Porter, Justin Hunt, Rydell Martin, and Jeff McIntosh. Disco Collected is limited to 2,000 on yellow and magenta colored vinyl. It is one of the better disco compilations I've seen in quite some time, especially on 2 LPs. Colored vinyl, and you know it's going to sound really good for music on vinyl. But yeah, great stuff on here. Get Down on It, Cool and the Gang, The Tramps, Disco Inferno. Let's see, Get Down Tonight, Casey and the Sunshine Band, September, Earth, Wind and Fire. Let's see, Hughes Corporation, Rock the Boat, Cheek, La Freak, Disco Collected. I've sold a bunch of those. The initial pre-sale on those was over 20 or 30. Then we had that waiting list, so I'm approaching selling 50 of those. That's a lot. Disco Collected, $44.99. Foreigner, self-titled MoFi pressing, $49.99. Original master recording from Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab. That is $49.99. Now this one, I guess I posted it late at night, so maybe not as many people seen it. Whoop, I got 3 foreigners. Let me show this right here. I watch a lot of YouTube reviews on records, and everybody speaks so highly of this. Bill Withers' Greatest Hits, $49.99. MoFi pressing, Bill Withers' Greatest Hits, $49.99. Bill Withers' Greatest Hits. An amazing sounding record. An amazing sounding record. There was just a couple people who claimed that in the post. Bill Withers, where are you, Bill Withers? It's just 2 people. Yeah, Greg Hagewood, Troy Robinson, and Stacy Brown. Greg Hagewood, Troy Robinson, and Stacy Brown. Bill Withers. That is $49.99. Doug Jeppesen wants one. Mark Robinson says, disco sucks, but I'll take one. You know, there used to be like riots, right? People protesting disco. It's like anti-disco riots. Hey, I like some of the stuff on here a lot. Casey and the Sunshine Band, I've been rioting for them to make a greatest hits. Not only could I sell a bunch of them, but I'd like one as well. Yes, Withers is MoFi. This is from Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab. Bill Withers, $49.99. Doug Jeppesen gets one. I have plenty left if anybody else wants one. And we've been waiting for this to come out for like, let's see. We've been waiting for this to come out since April of last year is when I posted the pre-order. Queensryche Condition Human, $33.99. Queensryche Condition Human. They are finally in. They are finally, I don't know what happened. I think I missed the initial shipment, and so I think they've been out, but I just didn't get any, and it's been almost a year since the repress. Queensryche, here is my original pre-order from back in April of last year. Mike Selhausen, Kevin Jordan got 2 of them. Brenda Medina, Tillman Smoot, and Wayne Heat. Mike Selhausen, Kevin Jordan got 2. Brenda Medina, Tillman Smoot, and R. Wayne Heat. All right, let me get everybody updated on our auctions first. Josh Duvall did bid 35 on this, and then Chris Gardner bid 40, and then Josh is at 45. And this is a near mint minus 1980 Terre Haute on that. And then Rat, the last bid, so Josh is at 45 on Clash. And then the last bid on Rat was with Randy Tabrin. He was in first, Aaron. Randy was in first at 90. You also bid 90, but Randy was first. So Randy has Rat out of the cellar at $90, and it's a perfect Japanese pressing. Okay, then we already pulled Bill Withers. Then the Queensryche is to Aaron Jolly, David Eberly, Susie Breedlove, Gwen Carley. Those 3 are sold. And then Paul Brothers wants a Bill Withers MoFi. I'm like shocked I hadn't sold out of these yet. Great sounding record. Okay, so here's all that's left in this bin. Alvo Dabney is at 50 on the Clash. Rat is at 90 and Final Call. Here's what's left in here. The Sisters of Mercy, First and Last and Always, and that is $39.99. The Sisters of Mercy, First and Last and Always, $39.99. I've got 1 copy of the West Coast Pop Experimental Band, $38.99. Howlin' Wolf, the Rockin' Chair album. These are all music on vinyl and MoFi pressings I've shown. Stone Sour is $42.99. That's music on vinyl. And Joe Gabriel just claimed one. That's Rush, Hold Your Fire. They're $36.99. This is a 200 gram. They now are shipping these in a resealable bag. $36.99. $36.99. Let's pull one for Joe Gabriel. Mike Massey wants a Sisters of Mercy MoFi pressing. That's sold to Mike Massey. And the Clash is at 55 of Josh Duvall. I want to do a final call on this because we had two people tied at 90. We had two people tied at 90, and that was Randy and Aaron. And Randy has it, and I'm about to sell it. Let's see. Jerry Stone wants a Queensryche. I'm about to show that again in just a second. We'll go ahead and pull one for Jerry. Do you have Kevin Page? Not that I'm aware of. And then Alvo Dabney wants a Rush. Sell that to Alvo. And Gwen Carley on Stone Sour. Gwen Carley on Stone Sour. Okay. Yes, and then Rush, Hold Your Fire, $36.99. Disco Collected. Disco Collected, $44.99. 2 LP. I hope that you've considered this. And Paul Brothers wants a Rush, Hold Your Fire. I get criticized by saying this, but I've listened to every Rush album, especially for the first one through this one, multiple times. Multiple times. Probably not as many as some of y'all have, but I think this is just an overlooked album. The music, the production of it, it's incredible, I think. Very, very good. $36.99. Rush, Hold Your Fire. Paul Brothers, Aaron's out on rap. Cuda Bryan wants one of the Bill Withers. Yes, I was getting to that next. So, Foreigner, self-titled, MoFi pressing. Those are $49.99. We need a Bill Withers for Cuda Bryan. The Cheap Trick Greatest Hits been restocked. No, that was just some random. Those were just some random ones that we got in a collection that we showed the other night. And I don't have any more. The West Coast was $38.99. Daniel Cody wants a Bill Withers. And John Sheehan wants a Rush. And Alvo Dabney wants a Foreigner. Rat Out of the Cellar is going to be sold. He said he was out, he being Aaron. So Randy Tabron gets the Rat Out of the Cellar for $90. Let's go ahead and wrap up the Clash. Josh Duvall was at $55. Going once, going twice. And Colin Butler says he'll take the West Coast Pop. And the last record in there was Queensryche. Condition. The West Coast was music on vinyl pressing. That was not MoFi. That was music on vinyl. Let me know if you still want that. And then Queensryche, Condition Human, $33.99. We've been waiting for that since April of last year. Feels like a really interesting packaging. Feels like there's a book or something in there, or 2 LPs. No, I don't think a lot of the Badfinger original stuff's been reissued. I know Straight Up never has been, except one time in the 90s. So, Clash is sold to Josh Duvall for $55. That's sold to Josh Duvall for $55. Time for 2 new auctions. 2 new auctions. And let's pull something out of this bin. Is this Led Zeppelin? Let's do this Beastie Boys. Probably some of y'all quietly seen that in the bin, so I'm going to pull it. And then some of the stuff I have tagged for auction, but I really didn't mean for it to be. So we'll see what happens. And then Darren Wortman wants a Foreigner. Foreigner Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab. That is sold. Alvo, I just seen your bid of the Clash at $65. I've already sold it to Josh Duvall. I had already called that one sold. Sorry about that. Sometimes when I'm doing a final call, you might want to bid very fast. Beastie Boys. This is a 1986 US press. It is OG. It's in VG condition. I've had these before, and sometimes they're worn out. Original Def Jam, inner sleeve. I don't know if y'all can really see it, but sometimes these Beastie Boy OGs, they really got worn out on the turntable. I think especially one of the, deals. You know what I'm talking about. So, this is a 1986 OG US VG condition gatefold. Nice cover, about a VG plus cover, and I'll put that up for a $25 start. The Beastie Boys License to Ill, $25 start on that. $25 start on that. And then a very nice copy of Rainbow Rising. Rainbow Rising, this is going to be a $45 start. Nice gatefold. Love the obi on this one. Really contrasts the rest of the cover. $45 start on Rainbow Rising. Such a good rock album. This has a poster insert with it that I've never seen with one. Has a Richie Blackmore poster with it. It's also mint, unhung. Richie Blackmore poster included with that one. Has the Japanese insert. And that didn't sell. And this is near mint, pristine Japanese vinyl. Very, very nice copy. So we got two auctions up, Beastie Boys and Rainbow. Beastie Boys and Rainbow. Those are both up for auction right now. I got some Beastie Boys to show tonight. Yes, I've got some restocks to show tonight. All right, so if we're done with that crate, I'm going to condense what was left in the very first one. If you missed the very first crate of new vinyl, this is all that was left, which was David Bowie Hero, Sturgill Simpson, Iron Maiden, Crow, Pink Floyd, LA Guns, and more Bowie. I'll show all those again later in detail. And if you missed the first OG bin, don't worry about that because we're about to show another one. And it's some really good stuff in our, what I call OG bins tonight. Yeah, let me go through this one right here. It's got some cool stuff in it. So this is various collections. We had some records brought in through the door. We had some records we've been buying collections. So all the stuff in Dallas all the stuff from Austin really hasn't been touched. It's what I call hardcore music, punk and metal. So everything from Slayer to Cro-Mags to Voivod to G.G. Allen to lots of Misfits and Ministry and man, so much I can't even, and then a lot of it that I'm not familiar with, but I know I've had it before and I've sold it, but you'll like it. I'll start doing promotion for that. That stuff will get started on later in the week. It's incredible. It's stuff that I never see. I mean, we were willing to fly to Austin, Texas to buy it and drive it all the way back. Not a lot of that stuff comes up for sale too often. So, yes, there's Megadeth. There's Rust in Peace, Countdown to Extinction, Peace Sells. So, yeah, some pretty incredible stuff. High bid on the Beastie Boys right now. High bid on the Beastie Boys right now is $60 of Eli Tomlinson. This is a VG copy. It's still playable. VG copy, $60. I have no idea. Y'all can start asking artists. I wouldn't be able to tell you yes or no. All I can tell you is you want to tune in anytime we're live showing those records. So you want to tune in. And then high bid on Rainbow is $50. So high bid on Rainbow is Belinda Dobb at $50, and high bid on the Beastie Boys is $60s. 9 times out of 10, I have no idea what I own here. I have no idea what's in our inventory. Today, I was going through crates in the back. I was finding stuff. I was like, where have these records been? I have no idea. I'd bid $100 to look first in the bins. I've had somebody offer me $500 one time when we got a collection in to look through it first if they could buy, because they didn't want to watch the sale because they knew they was going to lose stuff, get outbid. And I said, no way, Jose. You got to watch the sales if you want to buy it. Green River. This is technically a repress, but it is near mint minus. Green River is $34.99. Green River is $34.99. Monty Python live at the City Center. And yes, they would have paid $500 for a first grab at things. But I'm like, nope. No one gets first picks. Not even hardly employees. Doug and Josh have to watch the shows just to buy stuff. I'm like, man, this stuff is like, you can ask Doug and Josh. Josh has already been bidding on something tonight. I'm like, these records, you have to watch Facebook to buy them. $14.99. I make Seth bid on stuff too, but he won't. He just will just get mad and he just won't bid on it. So $14.99 on Monty Python. The Best of Iron Butterfly Evolution, $19.99. The Best of Iron Butterfly Evolution, $19.99. And ZZ Top Tejas, $34.99. ZZ Top Tejas, $34.99. The Best of Alan Parsons Project, $19.99. The Best of Alan Parsons Project, the best of, $19.99. All right, we have new bids on all of our auctions. We got Beastie Boys 66, Rainbow 51, Beastie Boys 67. Colin asked how much was Monty Python, and then he went ahead and claimed it. So that sold to Colin Butler. He actually wants both of them. There was only one. There was Creedence, Butterfly, and ZZ Top. Okay, and then Killer on the Rampage, Eddie Grant. This has his hit song, Electric Avenue, $19.99. So update on our auctions. Harry Masterson is at 68 on the Beastie Boys. Harry Masterson is at 68 on the Beastie Boys. And Rainbow is at, Rainbow's at 51 with David Chilcote. David's at 51. The Kids Are All Right, The Who. The Kids Are All Right, The Who, $39.99. And I know it's Brian Eno. I don't recognize what that first word says. Cluster and Eno. Cluster and Eno. That is $49.99. 1977 German pressing. Bill Toe first on the Eddie Grant. That's sold to Bill Toe. Anthony Smith first to Rainbow. Oh no, Anthony's bidding on Rainbow. And then Marty Ellis was first to Alan Parsons Project. Ryan Anderson wants Clusters. All these really tough to get Eno albums. This guy had them in the Bowling Green stuff. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. Rainbow 57. And then Beastie Boys, last bid I seen was Harry Masterson at 68. Sorry, I had to mute my mic because I had to ask Tanner a question. Yeah. Okay, so they're good. Okay. All right. Let's see. Matching Moles, Little Red Record, $49.99. Matching Mole, Little Red Record. Interesting, $49.99. And then I've got something else that looks Kingdom Come, $64.99. $64.99. Kingdom Come, wow. Okay, I just never had seen this one before. $64.99, 1972 UK. I'm kind of confused myself on our auctions. Let me figure out where we was at. Eli Tomlinson's at $70 on the OG Beastie Boys. Eli's at $70 on the OG Beastie Boys. And then Rainbow, we had 54, 55, then 57, and then 60. Beastie Boys is an OG, yes. And then Rainbow is at 62. Both auctions are still getting bids. Elvis Costello, Trust, $24.99. That is a gold stamp promo, Elvis Costello Trust. Neil Young, Decade, $49.99. That is a triple album, 1977 Winchester Press. That is a Neil Young compilation, triple album, $49.99. That's about what the new ones cost, more than that. Rainbow 62, Harry Masterson 71. Harry's bidding on the Beastie Boys. And then Rainbow's at 62. The Go-Go's, Beauty and the Beat, $19.99. And Creedence Clearwater Revival, Pendulum. Pendulum, I bet this is a nice copy. It certainly looks like it. It is. Blue and gold fancy label, $34.99. And the Best of the Box Tops. I've never seen that exact version before. $19.99. American Dream, the 60s. This looks like a compilation. It is. $19.99. The Chiffons, Dixie Cups, the Crystals, Jan and Dean, the Drifters, the Coasters, and we've got the Boomtown Rats, a tonic for the troops. $14.99 on Boomtown Rats. Eli's at 75 on the Beastie Boys. David's out on the Rainbow. Anthony has it for 62. Alvo Dabney first on CCR. Alvo, you were first to CCR. And Kim Wilde is $19.99, 1981 UK pressing. And John Fitzgerald Kennedy, the presidential years, $19.99. Belinda Dobb first on the Go-Go's. For those that are asking about some new vinyl that I showed just briefly If you can wait, here in a minute, I'll do a big recap of all the new vinyl that we've shown, but we've still got 3 more crates to go through, so lots of new vinyl still to be shown. Struggling Man, Jimmy Cliff, $29.99. Jimmy Cliff, Struggling Man. The Box Tops Dimensions, $19.99. And Do It Yourself, Ian Dury and the Blockheads, that's $19.99. High bid on the Beastie Boys is $75. And Final Call on Rainbow, Anthony Smith has this for $62. Final Call on Rainbow, $62. John Porter, the Oldies Comp, I may have not set a price on that. That is $14.99. Ernest Tubbs sings Jimmy Rogers, $9.99. Ernest Tubbs sings Jimmy Rogers. And the Eurythmics, Here Comes the Rain Again, 12-inch single, $14.99. If anybody's watching for the first time, all of our vintage stuff, it has been cleaned, it has been checked and graded. You're not going to get anything nasty, ugly, smudgy. If you do, it's some kind of rare slip up in our processing of records. We don't put out anything damaged or trashed or ugly. If we do, we will grade it and let you know. It's usually only on higher end titles or highly desirable titles. And I think anybody watching that's bought with us will know we also guarantee everything. And okay. That's so to John Porter. He wants the compilation. Mike Massey wants Ian Dury and the Blockheads and Jimmy Cliff Condition. This should be really nice. It looks like a nice cover, and it is near mint. Mango, that should have went in the reggae crate the other night. Really nice copy of that. $29.99. The Matrix on side A. I can. I'm going to go ahead and sell Rainbow, though, to Anthony Smith. Anthony Smith, you get the Rainbow for $62. The Beastie Boys is Matrix on side A. It says, get off my big BBB. Then it has a P, 45567-A, and then AL-40238-1A-D. And then over here it has the word Master Disc. And then over here it has a lot of other small stuff I can't read. SBMAH question mark. And then something else I can't make out. High bid on that is $75 to Eli. Going twice, going 3 times. Next is Vern Gotson, Till the End. That is sealed. $19.99. That was sealed. That was sealed. All right, we're doing some Beastie Boys, so let's do something completely different and do Dwight Yoakam. His stuff has never also been reissued. Just like I was speaking earlier of Keith Whitley. You can't even go in and back order a copy of Buenas Noches from a Lonely Room. This is near mint, and this is not a club. This is the USOG. This is asked about all the time. Do you have Dwight Yoakam? And I usually say, no, I don't. And this is a perfect copy. It looks unplayed. It's in shrink wrap with hop sticker and the original inner sleeve. That is a $35 start. Dwight Yoakam is a $35 start. Final call on the Beastie Boys, $75. I think everybody's out. Doug Jefferson says he'll take a 200-gram Rush. Doug Jefferson. That only leaves me with 3 copies of Rush, and I think I'm going to keep another one for myself, but if we sell out tonight, that's okay. But I think I have now 5 copies of that album, so. Alrighty, next was Marshall Bassett on Vern Gotson, and we have Talk to Me and 11 other great songs, Sonny and the Sunliners. Sonny and the Sunlighters. That's a 1964 mono, $99.99. Sonny and the Sunliners. Talk to Me, $99.99 on Teardrop Records. Dwight Yoakam's at $40, and the Beastie Boys is sold to Eli Tomlinson for $75. So now Dwight Yoakam's in position 1 with Kyle Morgan at $40. And let me grab something else out of the Japanese bin. It is Queensryche. Self-titled, their original debut EP. This is a $75 start. It's pristine. I don't think I can say much more about it. These Japanese pressings, sometimes I'm just like, it's perfect. That's all I can say about it. Queensryche. That's their initial debut EP, $75 start for that. Really cool Obi to match. Very nice. Rush is $36.99. $36.99. Hold Your Fire. It's a burning desire. Of course, it has the really big song of theirs, Time Stands Still. That is amazing. Open Secret, Second Nature is one of my favorites, and Prime Mover, Mission, Turn the Page. Great stuff. $36.99. Kyle Morgan's at 40 on Dwight Yoakam, looking for a $75 start on Queensryche, and we have it with Lou Hetzer. 2020, $19.99. The Plimsolls, or is that Plime? No one's ever really corrected me, and I think I've been saying Plimsolls, $19.99. Toronto Rock and Roll Revival, 1969, Volume 1, Chicago. Interesting, $9.99. Ah, that's Chicago the band. Live, Beginnings, Purples, 25 or 624. Man, that's really cool. I didn't know what that was. I probably should at least kept that to listen to. So this is live Chicago, right? In Toronto. That's $9.99. Lou Hetzer's at 75 on Queensryche. Price on that other Queensryche. Susie, it was $33.99. $33.99. Lou Hetzer wants a Rush 200 gram. That's sold to Lou Hetzer. Arm Dazelle on PLS. I think that's this right here, what I was trying to figure out. Arm Dazelle was first. Walt was second. David Eberle's at 80 on Queensryche. Brad Moore was third on Plime. Dwight Yoakam's now at 45, and David Chilcote on Chicago. I never had seen that before. That's sold to David Chilcote. David Taylor, you were second. Queensryche 92. Armazell third on Chicago. Then Vicky fourth. The Dwight is a perfect copy. It is near mint with shrink wrap and hype sticker. It is perfect. It is perfect. It is perfect. Earth, Wind, and Fire. $14.99. This one's called Power Light. Looks like John's got it back into some of the Arkansas stuff. It's amazing that I've retained where this is from, but the guy in Arkansas had like the entire Earth, Wind, and Fire discography. Deep Purple live with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. $26.99. That is a repress label, but it looks unplayed mint. $26.99. The Dwight Yoakam 50. Gary Samuels first on Earth, Wind, and Fire. Jeff H. wants a Rush 200 gram, and I'm now getting low stock, as in there's one left, Rush, and I ordered 35 of them, I think, so I need to order another 35. By the way, we still have moving pictures in stock, and permanent waves, and 2112. Those are all $36.99, but they're 180 gram. It looks like they did 200 on these Hold Your Fires, which I wasn't expecting. Where the Boys Are, music from the motion picture. Where the Boys Are, 1984. That is $19.99. I've also got Bob Dylan and the Band, $44.99. Recorded live in concert. Bob Dylan and the Band. Nice copy. Asylum Records. That is $44.99. Okay, I also need to update Queensryche. Queensryche is at 92 of Lou Hetzer. Really nice copy. 92 on Queensryche with Lou Hetzer. New bid on Dwight Yoakam, Jerry Pinnock is back in at 60. The Box Top Super Hits, $19.99. This is their OG compilation here on Bell Records. That was a really nice looking copy. It also has The Letter and then my favorite song by them, Cry Like a Baby's on there. $19.99, the Box Tops. Cool 60s band. Tower of Power, Back on the Streets, is $19.99. Tower of Power, Back on the Streets. Whitesnake, Slide It In, $44.99 for Whitesnake, Slide It In. This copy is not worn out. It has a really nice cover on it. Slide It In. Original inner sleeve. That's nice. 1984. Brent Rabley on the Box Tops. Final Call on Queensryche at 92. Brent Rabley got the Box Tops. Then Vic Natecki on Tower of Power. Whitesnake is $44.99. Vern Gotson, Time Stood Still. He's covering Rush. Vern Gotson doing a Rush covers album. 1985 sealed, just $19.99. Gary Samuels, The Deep Purple, was $26.99. $26.99. Randy Taborn wants the Whitesnake. Brent Hall wants a Permanent Waves in 2112. Lou Hetzer, you were second on Whitesnake. No, the other Box Tops are still available. That one's Dimensions. That's a studio album. And then there's another compilation called the Best of the Box Tops. So The Best of Manfred Mann. The Best of Manfred Mann is $19.99. I've never seen that cover before. Mighty Quinn, Do Wah Diddy Diddy. It's on Janus Records. That is $19.99. So Whitesnake went to Randy. Lou was second. Marshall Bassett first to this. Vern Gotson as well. And R.J. Myers on Deep Purple. I will sell that to you as long as Gary Samuels passes. If Gary passes, R.J., that's yours. All right, I'm going to go ahead and sell Queensryche to Lou Hetzer for $92. And Dwight Yoakam is with Jerry Pinnock at $60, and that's a final call. Gary passes, and so does R.J. Myers. Never mind then. We have not auctioned. Let's put up a Kiss record. Gwen also wants a 2112. The permanent waves are in one of these bins up here on the table. I will try to find those. Let me go grab some 2112s. I also need to move my legs before they freeze up on me. And I've got a really cool Rush live box set here you may not know that I had. And we had 3 in the bins. We must have sold one over the weekend here in the store. So I've got 2 left. There's actually 3 or 4 live Rush box sets that are in stock. I only keep 1 or 2 maybe at a time here in the store. There's a Permanent Waves for Brent. Let me pull this right here for Brent, Permanent Waves. There's Brent, there's your Permanent Waves. There's your 2112. Gwen Carley, there's your 2112. And if anybody else, I've got all of a sudden not too many of these left. 2112 is $36.99. Rush and Rio, these are $114.99. This is a 4 LP live Rush and Rio. At the time, never before released on vinyl, and some of them sometimes have a QRP sticker. I still think they're all pressed at QRP, but that's Rush and Rio, and that is $114.99. I can also get Time Machine, and what's the other one? I just don't have them right now, I don't think. I can go over there and check. And then let me grab some moving pictures. I'm going to put some down in the new arrival bins anyway. But, boy, we got 2 bins over here of Rush. They used to be plumb full, and they're all empty. So that's interesting. Okay, show of hands. Yes, show of hands, but I had another box set. Time Machine and Clockwork Angels. Clockwork Angels was the other one. So, Clockwork Angels. All right. So Marshall got Vern Gotson. I've already pulled that. And then I'm about to put up a Kiss. Gwen got a 2112. Rich Russo, I've got you down for a Moving Pictures. Thank you, Rich. If you're a first-time buyer, thank you and welcome. Make sure you message our page, Collectco, with your email address and mailing address. We send invoices on Monday. Doug Jefferson got a 2112. That's sold to Doug Jefferson. And Lou Hetzer takes the Rush Live in Rio. That's sold to Lou Hetzer. Rush Live in Rio. All right, Dwight Yoakam, I need to say sold to Jerry Pinnock for $60. That's sold to Jerry Pinnock for $60. I will put up Electric Ladyland right now. And let's see here. Rush and Rio is awesome. Yeah, I got 1 more of those left. I think I've kept me 1. I hope so. And no problem, RJ. Okay, so multiples left of Rush Moving Pictures. I'm going to put those back here with Permanent Waves. Actually, I'll put it over here of our new vinyl for tonight so we can show them again. And I got 1 of those left for $114.99. All right, new auctions. Let me put up some of the Kiss stuff. You hadn't missed. I think we did the 2 Kiss solo albums, but there's Lick It Up. I think that's what somebody just asked for. And I've got a Rat US pressing that was kind of unadvertised laying over here. So let me pull that up. And that's Rat Dancing Undercover. Nice US press, 1986. Original inner sleeve, near mint minus vinyl. This is Rat Dancing Undercover. About a VG Plus cover. Rat is a $35 start. $35 start on Rat. And let's take a look at Lick It Up. Lick It Up is going to be a $75 start. Lick It Up. Now, this is an interesting way they package this one. It still has the original cover, as you can see, as we know here in the U.S. This this obi is like a whole page. It's like a whole piece of paper. It's like the insert. The obi and insert is one. And Billy Shears, sorry, I seen your comment earlier, but I wasn't at the store and I wasn't able to reply. Some people always ask the inserts in these things. So let me slide this all the way out and show you how it looks. So the insert is the obi, as you saw how they did that there. The insert is the obi. Beautiful cover, no corner dings or anything on this one. Perfect copy. Has the insert obi there, and it has this right here, which is, I don't know really what to call this. It's almost like a lobby card is what I would call it. This album had Vinnie Vincent and Eric Carr on it. No Ace or Peter on this one. So that's in there. And some of you may be highly interested in this. A sticker sheet. A sticker sheet. Wow. Some cool stickers too. Exactly. Tanner said, what? And Brandon, yes, I am putting up Electric Ladyland tonight. And the vinyl, of course, is pristine. So, yeah, Kiss. You know, the other night we showed a Kiss album with some sticker sheets, and the world got set on fire. Kiss, lick it up. I don't know if this is complete. Maybe a Kiss expert can tell me, but that's two things there I classify as inserts that are included with it. So that's where we're at on Kiss. Back up to the top. Josh, Permanent Waves is $39.99. Permanent Waves is $39.99. How about Cheap Trick and Colors? I will run that soon, Kyle. David Eberly wants a Rush in Rio if it's still available. Yes, I will pull that in 1 second. Rat 44, Rat 35, Kiss 75, and Kiss 80, $85.99. Next is Elvis, a Legendary Performer, Volume 3, $19.99. Elvis, a Legendary Performer, Volume 3, $19.99. We need to pull that last Rush in Rio, and then we need to take a waiting list for it, it looks like. Joan Jett, I Love Rock and Roll. Joan Jett is $29.99. Joan Jett, I Love Rock and Roll. And Fingers Video Games. That's from 1982, $14.99. Fingers Video Games. And Tales of Mystery and Imagination, Edgar Allan Poe, $19.99. Edgar Allan Poe, Tales of Mystery and Imagination. Okay, so yes, we need to pull David Eberly, a Rush in Rio. There's the last one in the bin, and then Susie on a waiting list for that. Okay, then Kiss was at 80, 85, 90, 120, 105, 125, 100, and then Debbie Hoskins. Debbie, you were first to the Elvis. Debbie, I've got you first to Elvis. And then Michelle Phillips on Joan Jett. Michelle Phillips, you were first to the Joan Jett. And next was Ryan Anderson. Kiss, 140, 140, 130, 155. And Billy Shears is at 155. Let me get everybody updated on the Rat, Dancing Undercover. It got buried in the Kiss comments. Craig Thomas was at 40. Randy Tabrin, $45. Randy's at $45 on Rat, Dancing Undercover. Rat, Dancing Undercover, $45. I think I skipped over some records here. Lee Greenwood, You've Got a Good Love Coming. That is $9.99. Lee Greenwood, does this one have God Bless? Yes, this one has. We always put this one out because it has God Bless the USA on it. You've Got a Good Love Coming. Mighty Clouds of Joy, Catching On, $12.99. And Ray Charles Friendship Radio Show. This is $24.99. Ray Charles Friendship Radio Show. Was that the only one in there? Did I have another one over here? Oh, yeah, it's right here. Sorry. That's so David Eberly, we got your Rush and Rio pulled. We got your Rush and Rio pulled. Okay, and then Rydell Martin on MC, Mighty Clouds, I believe. And I think we're good. If I've missed anything, let me know. I've been watching for a few months. What do I need to do? Yes, just send us a message. CollectCo, this Facebook page. Thank you, Debbie. I was about to say, I think right in there we had like 2 new customers. I think tonight's been a record for new customers. So thank you. Make sure you message our page, CollectCo, a Facebook instant message with your email address and mailing address. So thank you and welcome. John Lennon, Milk and Honey, $24.99. John Lennon, Milk and Honey, and Sweet Dreams Are Made of This, Dave and Annie, the Eurythmics. This is interesting looking. $24.99. $24.99. $24.99. Eurythmics. Sweet dreams are made of this. See Susie's comments. Susie, way up the feed. I got Elvis first. Let's see. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Susie Breedlove, Elvis, and Debbie Hoskins, Elvis. Well, that's just kind of complicated things. Susie, Debbie's a first-time buyer. I think you were second to Elvis, or you were first to Elvis. If you want it, that's fine. If you want to give it to Debbie, that would be even better. That was her first purchase with us, and I will try to find you another one, or if you want it, you can have it, but that's up to you. You were first. Debbie was second, and Debbie, I overlooked that. Susie was in front of you, so it's totally up to Susie. It's technically hers. If she wants it, she can have it. But Debbie, I had you a second. I totally missed Susie's comment. Yes, and this is sold, or this was sold, and then I thought it was sold again, but it's still available, $26.99. Okay, back up to the top. We had Kiss is now at $185. Ryan Anderson wants the fingers. Ryan Anderson on the fingers. Susie said Debbie can have it. Thank you. And Tom Steyer on Eurythmics. Tom Steyer on Eurythmics. Okay. Rat is sold to Randy Tabrin for $45. That's sold to Randy for $45, and some of our biggest Kiss customers are battling out over the Lick It Up. It is complete with stickers and card and Obi, which is the insert, and it's near mint, and it's perfect. Billy Shears is at $195. There's some great records in there. I'm going to flip through them very quickly one more time, just reading the titles. If you think you're interested, let me know. I'm going to go ahead and take them off the table because I want to keep rolling with new stuff, and then we can go back through these later. We had Deep Purple, John Lennon, Ray Charles, Lee Greenwood, Alan Parsons Project, Manfred Mann, Bob Dylan and the band, Where the Boys Are, 2020, Sonny and the Sunliners, Jimmy Cliff, Eurythmics, Ernest Tubb, Box Tops, JFK, Kim Wilde, Boomtown Rats, Box Tops, Neil Young, Elvis Costello, Kingdom Come, Matching Moles, Little Red Record, The Kids Are Alright, ZZ Top, Iron Butterfly, and CCR Green River. Jimmy Cliff was $29.99, Struggling Man, and I told somebody earlier it was near mint. Deep Purple was $26.99. Deep Purple Live with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, $26.99. Dylan said sold on that. James Lee Farrell, $24.99. $24.99 on Milk and Honey. They are still bidding on Kiss, it looks like. Let me grab a new auction. Let me grab something out of the OG bin here. Let's do, let's see. Might just grab, well, yeah, what is this here? Okay, let me just grab something out of the Japanese. Somebody was wanting Cheap Trick in color, so let me do that. Cheap Trick in color. Cheap Trick in color, Japanese pressing. Really cool Obi on this one. This is a $45 start. $45 start. Orange Epic label OG, near mint minus Japanese pressing, Cheap Trick in color. There's the original anti-static, I think, that came with it. It also has, is this considered a poster or just an insert? It's an insert, also kind of looks like a poster. Cheap Trick insert with it. Really nice cover with Obi, and Cheap Trick is a $45 start in color. Cheap Trick in color. Back up to the top, Dylan Weishaupt said sold on the Jimmy Cliff. Did I already pull that? Dylan Weishaupt's Jimmy Cliff. I think I did. Dylan Weishaupt. Yep, Tanner's already got tagged. Next was Alice Lowry, sold on Deep Purple. Which Kingdom Come? I never had seen this one before. It's Kingdom Come. It's a 1972 UK. 72 UK. Kingdom Come. I don't know if it maybe just be self-titled. I think it's self-titled. Next was what label is Tubbs? The Ernest Tubb is on Golden Country. Some kind of off, I call that an off label. Budget label. Brian C. The Alan Parsons Tales of a Mystery and Imagination was $19.99. Gatefold, near mint copy. Okay. Kiss is at $2.20. Jack wants Lennon. So Lennon, Jack, Suslack. Somebody asked about that. If they pass, it's yours, and that's James Lee Farrell. So if he passes, that's yours. Then next we had Cheap Trick 50. What was the Tejas? Tejas ZZ Top. This was OG. It does have a clip corner. Really nice copy, $34.99. Cheap Trick 60. Cheap Trick 62. Cheap Trick 65. It's not the 80s band. Yeah, that's not Kingdom Come, the 80s hard rock metal band. Arthur Brown. Angela Chesney on Lee Greenwood. That's sold to Angela Chesney. Brian C. says sold on Alan Parsons. Cheap Trick 66. Kiss 225. Cheap Trick 67. Kiss 235. Look at this sticker sheet. Now, whoever wins this, I get to keep one and put it on my laptop. Probably that one of Gene Simmons. So just so you know, I get to peel one of those off. Right, Tanner? For Angela Chesney? Okay. Now, this is, I can't show this too long on Facebook. I'm going to go ahead and get another auction rolling. First, I got to make sure, because a couple people sent a video, I got to make sure Brandon Sanders is watching, and I forgot who the other person was. I was going to keep this. I think I have a copy. I was looking back through my Discogs. Mr. Wayne was here earlier, and we were debating whether I should keep it or not. I showed it to him because he was been tracking down a copy forever. As you see, it's absolutely covered in nudity, so I can't show it too long here on Facebook or YouTube. I could get flagged. I can show the gatefold. So John tagged it as a 68, and I knew I needed to double check it. He said to double check it, and this is, I've ran the matrix. This is a very complicated release because, I mean, if you just look up Electric Ladyland, Jimi Hendrix, what is there, 200 versions probably. I think it's a 1973, but this is always desirable because of the cover. As you can see, it's entire gatefold of nude women. So I really don't know where to lay it. I'm actually going to lay it over here. So, but yes, the entire cover, it is the nude cover of Electric Ladyland, gatefold. I've traced it to be a 1973. John put 68 UK. There's some variance in there that makes me want to bang my head against the wall trying to figure it out. It is a UK label. It's a red Polydor label. It is UK. The last one I had was German that we sold on here. This is a UK. Of course, it says 68. It gets kind of confusing. I think it's a 73. And according to Discogs, there's not a huge difference in price. A lot of people want that cover, especially the UK version. Let me put something over them to cover them up. There you go. Let me cover them up. A lot of... Don't want to get banned from YouTube. Okay. I'll start that at $75. I believe it is a 1973 UK press. The vinyl is VG Plus or better, but I'm selling it as a 73. And I kind of looked at it maybe 15, 20 minutes before the show. But I don't think it's a 68, which 68 would make that OG. But that is a UK. And it's just hard to find one in general, whether it's a repress or not. One more time, it's kind of hard to find one in general that with that cover on it. I mean, I don't have too many, so. That's the second or third. Yeah, second or third. So, okay. Now, where are we at on Kiss and stuff? Kiss and whatnot. Cheap Trick 66. Cheap Trick 66. Kiss 225. Cheap Trick 67. Kiss 235. Cheap Trick 67. Steve Chesney's wife. Okay, gotcha. Thank you. Cheap Trick 69, Kiss 240, Kiss 245, Jimi Hendrix 75. So the last bid on Cheap Trick was $69 with John Humphrey, going once, going twice. Kiss was at $235, going once, going twice, $245. And then Jimi Hendrix was at 67, 80, 75, 85, 80, 100, 90, 105, 115, 125. They're still bidding on Kiss. Okay. And then what was the matching mole price? Matching mole was $49.99, and that is a 1972. 1972. Yeah, and the very first Jimi Hendrix pressing of that may be on the track label, and I think that's the one that is really expensive. I know some versions of that, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the right pressing of that on track can sometimes fetch maybe 4 digits. The right pressing of that Jimi Hendrix. It's a very desirable record. We've got 3 big auctions going. I'm going to let those kind of run its course for a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and put up a crate of killer OG stuff. Let me figure out if I want to do this one or that one. Yeah, let's do this one here. Here's another crate of killer, or was that OG stuff? Yeah, let me run through some new vinyl right quick. That was OG stuff. Let me do some new vinyl, and then, man, I hope you don't have to go to bed early, right, Tanner? If you have to go to bed early tonight, you're going to regret it in the morning. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. You're going to regret it in the morning. Okay. Yeah, some of those true UK first Jimi Hendrix with the nude ladies cover, very expensive. It's kind of like, that's a Grail, kind of like David Bowie, The Man Who Sold the World, the couch cover. Man, I've yet to find. Or even David Bowie's first album. Has anybody ever had a David Bowie self-titled on Darum? I've yet to find one of those in my life. Oh my gosh, think about how many records I've bought. Okay, new vinyl. Great stuff in here. Restocks. Pink Floyd, Adam Heartmother. Remaster, $34.99. Pink Floyd, Adam Heartmother. Remaster, $34.99. We have them. Buy it now. Ghost, if you have Ghost, $31.99 for some Ghost. If you have Ghost, the next record's Ghost, so I'm going to skip it and show you the best of the Grateful Dead. 67 to 77, the best of the Grateful Dead. $44.99, best of the Grateful Dead. And David Bowie Lodger. David Bowie Lodger, $29.99 for Lodger, David Bowie. Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young so far. This is a compilation from Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. Beautiful, fantastic music on here, including Sweet Judy Blue Eyes and Helplessly Hoping and Deja Vu and Guinevere and Helpless and Ohio. Great stuff. That is $28.99. All right, let me figure out where we're at on the Kiss. I had Billy Shears at $255. And then Joe Gabriel, you were before him at $250. Mr. Gabriel, if you're done bidding, he says he's out. So Mr. Billy Shears has Kiss at $255. That's what I believe is a complete copy of Lick It Up, Near Mint, card, stickers, Obi. It's pristine. $255, final call. And then Cheap Trick in color. I don't think anybody else bid at $69, which was with John Humphrey. If somebody else bid, I have not seen it. And then, so he's about to get that for $69. And then the Jimi Hendrix is now at $170 of Brandon. Brandon screenshotted the video. He texted me. He said, you might as well go ahead and tag my name on that Jimi Hendrix. And I was like, well, I hope you're ready to bid. Brandon's at $170. Okay. Let's see. Is that the new Ghost release? No. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything in there. Susie wants a Pink Floyd, Adam Heartmother. Susie got a Pink Floyd, Adam Heartmother. How much was the Kingdom Come? It was $64.99, I believe, Sean. $64.99. Okay, so Ghost, if you have Ghost. I got another one there. I'm going to skip it, so in case anybody claims the other one. And then Black Sabbath Volume 4, $39.99. Black Sabbath Volume 4 remaster. $39.99. Final call on Jimi Hendrix as well. $170, and Black Sabbath was $39.99. Jimi Hendrix is at $170. I'm going to show that one more time Cheap Trick is sold to John Humphrey for $69. Kiss is sold to Billy Shears. Billy Shears for $255. And here's what's up for bid is what I think is a 73 press of Jimi Hendrix Electric Ladyland with the nude cover. Gatefold UK red polydor. And that is at $170, and that's a final call. Final call. I've had a request to run Kiss Animalize. I was about to do that anyway. Here's a quick bite now. This is a 2014 on yellow vinyl. It is $49.99. It's Merciful Fate, Don't Break the Oath on yellow vinyl. That is $49.99. Don't Break the Oath, Merciful Fate. That is a 2014 press, $49.99. When I come back, which is in about 5 seconds, I'm going to sell that. I'm going to go ahead and run this Best of Jeff Beck and Kiss Animalize. So I'm pulling from the Japanese bin that I showed on Facebook. I have a whole nother one over here that you may not be aware of. So next two auctions. We have, well, first let me show the other Ghost. This one's called, I struggle with this one, Infestism, maybe. Hopefully I'm close. $31.99. And then David Bowie, I call this one self-titled $29.99. $29.99. And that's David Bowie self-titled. Okay. Dave Pollock said Kiss Animalize. Vic Nateki gets the Merciful Fate. That's sold to Vic. Look at all those grandmothers. Yeah, I guess if they were on that cover, they're probably early 70s now. They all look mid-20s probably. Rich Hopkins, you were second on Merciful Fate. Let's see here. Stephen Tuttle's at $175 on Jimi Hendrix. I was on my way to sell it. I knew somebody was pending. This is a VG Plus on the vinyl, and that's an average grade overall because let's see here. What side is this? Record 1, I guess this is side A. Yeah, I mean, it looks near mint minus. I think that's like an overall grade VG Plus. There's some parts that's VG Plus, so don't do quick bite nows. Yeah, sometimes I have really good stuff. Well, what I do is I check these bins. Actually, I lowered the price on this Merciful Fate. Sometimes I do most of the new used vinyl, and John had this priced a little bit higher, and I actually marked it down a little bit. I checked Discogs, and he was probably pretty accurate, but sometimes I mark stuff down to hopefully maybe get it sold a little bit faster. It's marked. It's $49.99. He had $64.99. Yeah, I keep showing that accidentally. Sorry, I got to cover up the nudity. Oh my gosh. It's not just like one part like Nirvana or Blind Faith. The whole cover's just a whole room full of nudity, so I've got to stop showing that. Okay, Kiss Animalize is the next auction. Kiss Animalize, let's take a look at it. It's also a $75 start. It's a Japanese press. I think this also has the same kind of deal. This is like got the OB and the insert here. And I guess that's all that came with this. Is there anything else that came with this? I don't know. I've got an OB insert, and I've got near mint vinyl, and it's a $75 start. I don't know if the last time I've had a copy of Animalize. I mean, the vinyl's pristine too. We have Asylum quite often. Of course, the earlier albums, especially Love Gun and Destroyer, but not on that one. $75 start. Okay, they're still bidding on Jimi Hendrix. Stevens at $175. Brandon's right back in at $180. $51.99. This is new order. Fact 75. Is that the actual name of this? We had an original copy the other night, and I just don't see a lot of new order. Nor do I know a whole lot about them, so it's kind of new to me. But most of their stuff is import only. That's why it's a little bit pricier, as you see. But it's really the only way we can get it. It's like all imports, which there's additional prices associated or costs associated to imports. But yeah, here on the side it says Fact 75, and I was like, I don't think that's the name of it. Power, Corruption, Lies. Yes, Power, Corruption, Lies. That is correct. Thank you. Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. Black Sabbath is $36.99. Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. And Paul's Boutique, the Beastie Boys. Somebody's asking about Beastie Boys earlier. Here you go, $38.99. Ozzy Osbourne, A Diary of a Madman, $33.99. And Green Day Dookie, $29.99 for Green Day Dookie. Hunky Dory, David Bowie, $31.99. And the Steel Drivers. Chris Stapleton on vocals, $33.99 for the Steel Drivers. I've got 3 of them. Okay, Dave's at 75 on Kiss, going once, going twice. Brandon Sanders is going to get the Jimi Hendrix for 180 if no one bids in about the next 15 seconds. It looks like Melinda wants the New Order album. That's sold to Melinda. Black Sabbath is $36.99. We have Hunky Dory, Steel Drivers, and I haven't had this. This jacket is amazing too. It feels like a Stoughton jacket. If you buy one, you'll see what I'm talking about. Very well made. This is Crystal Visions, the very best of Stevie Nicks, $39.99. $39.99 for Stevie Nicks. All right. Time to end some auctions. Not on Kiss, but we're going to go ahead and end Jimi Hendrix. I think everybody's all done. Brandon gets that for $180, Electric Ladyland. $180 for Electric Ladyland, Jimi Hendrix. Sold to Brandon. And Kiss is now at 80 with James Bragg. Walt Cruz wants a Stevie Wonder, and so does Sherry Darnell. Those are nice pressings, it looks like. But that is her greatest hits. I'm 0-2, but I cost Brandon $5. He's got it, don't worry. Changes 1, plus he's a Florida fan. You should have bumped him up to about 300. Changes 1, Bowie, $31.99. 40th anniversary of the classic compilation album, $31.99. Space Oddity, Changes, Ziggy Stardust, and this is $31.99. $31.99. Hardy, A Rock, $26.99. Hardy, A Rock, or A Rock, $26.99. Yeah, all Florida Gator fans incur a $20 surcharge. So Brandon actually paid an extra $36 on that. So he may not have known that, but he knows it now. Hardy, there was a waiting list for Hardy, A-Rock. And Jeff Johnson, I've already got one pulled for you. Jeff Johnson. And Brent Hall wants a David Bowie Changes. David Bowie Changes is the hits compilation of David Bowie. Fame, Young Americans, Diamond Dogs, Golden Years. That is $31.99. Dave's back in on Kiss at 82. Let me grab a new auction. I've got one right over here. And that is the best of Jeff Beck, Japanese press. That is going to be a $45 start. The best of Jeff Beck, Japanese press, near mint. No condition notes on this one. Pristine with insert. $45 start. $45 start on Jeff Beck, the best of Jeff Beck. About a VG Plus cover on that one. That is our next auction. James Bragg is at 85 on Kiss. Are you planning to get the Silverchair EPs? You had the first 3. Yes. I had somebody say they wanted the complete next set, including silver, including Neon Ball. They're doing Neon Ballroom on yellow vinyl, I believe. Depeche Mode, A Broken Frame. Depeche Mode is $29.99. And there was a waiting list for Depeche Mode, A Silent Frame. Depeche Mode, A Silent Frame, $29.99. Or A Broken Frame. A Broken Frame. Vernon Lehman and Paul Brothers. Vernon Lehman and Paul Brothers on Depeche Mode. A Broken Frame. I had 2 people on the wait list for that. Kiss is at 85. Jeff Beck's at 50. Let's see. Jeff Beck 45. We've already got 50. Dave's out on Kiss. James Bragg is at 85. Jesse Hood wants Bowie Changes. Jesse Hood gets Bowie Changes. And did you get back on that Milk and Honey? Jack, you got Milk and Honey. Yes, you got it. Ghost, I did not see that. Vic, you want Ghost? This one right here. I must have missed that. I got you down for Ghost. Boy, when was that? I must have. I'll make sure I didn't miss anything. I see it now. Vic, you put GINF. Also, Lawan said howdy from Texas. I didn't even see that. Lawan, I don't know if you're still watching, but welcome. Lawan's who we got the records from in Austin. So, and the other Depeche Mode is Construction Time Again. Construction time again, $28.99. As far as I know, Stevie Nicks is not on clear vinyl. I think that's just the Walmart exclusive. That's just the Walmart exclusive. Avenged Sevenfold Nightmare, translucent blue vinyl. That is $36.99. Claymore wants Hardy. All right, let's go ahead and sell James Bragg, Kiss Animalize. That's sold to James Bragg for $85. High bid now on Jeff Beck is $55 with Tony Shore. Claymore got Hardy. Dan Triaga got Avenged Sevenfold. Dan, if that's your first time purchase with us, I may have said your name once or twice before, but if I haven't, thank you and welcome. Make sure you message our page. That's sold to Dan. Jackie Reynolds on DM. I think that's for Depeche Mode. Jackie, let me know if you want Construction Time again or A Broken Frame. There was somebody else on the other waiting list for the other Depeche Mode. Let's see. Broken Frame. Where's the other Depeche Mode? Depeche Mode. Black. Construction Time again. Corey Wade, Paul Brothers, and Vernon Lehman. So some people were on all of those. High bid on Jeff Beck right now is $55. I've got another Dwight Yoakam to auction. Hillbilly Deluxe. This is a $35 start. It is near mint minus and shrink wrap. Has the original inner sleeve. Dwight Yoakam Hillbilly Deluxe. Here's the other one. I meant to do this one earlier. $35. This is what we call an instant seller. As in, I wish I had a whole box full of them. $35 start on Dwight. Darren wants an Avenged Sevenfold. That's sold to Darren. Gary's already in on Dwight at $35, and we don't even have high-end bins anymore. Our whole shows are high-end bins, Brandon. Our whole shows. Right, Tanner? I took them off the counter. I've got 6 bins in the office of high-end records I've got to do something with. We were running out of space, so I might have to have a high-end bin show sale. Okay, bin of new arrivals. I'm about to go into second gear because it is 11 minutes after 9 and we still got so much stuff to show. So much I can't even talk. So I'm about to start showing vintage very fast. Hope everybody's energized and ready. I'm about to go through 2 crates. Well, I might go through one, then show the rest of the new vinyl. Why not after I take a drink of my Sonic Cherry Limeade? And I'm going to remind everybody, we got 2 fantastic auctions up for bid. First, before I go any further, Bridge of Sighs, $24.99. $24.99. Robin Trower, $24.99. That is a near mint pressing. Very, very nice. The Bruce Springsteen live box set, $49.99. Complete, 5 LPs and booklet, near mint, $49.99. Rio Grande Mud, ZZ Top, $34.99. I think y'all are going to like this bin. That's a repress label. It is near mint, though. Near mint minus. The John Lennon Collection in shrink wrap with hype sticker, $24.99. The John Lennon Collection is his 15 greatest hits. That is a really nice copy with the hype sticker, $24.99. And we have the Beatles White Album. This is a 1980s Capitol press. It is $49.99, and it is like near mint. It's on that rainbow label that they used originally in the 60s Capitol, but that's an 80s press. Really nice copy of the White Album. It's not an OG, but it's a nice press. $49.99. John Lee Hooker Plays and Sings the Blues. John Lee Hooker, $34.99. And we've got Big Bill Brunzi, Black, Brown, and White, $24.99 for Big Bill. Ted Nugent, self-titled. The first track is Stranglehold. This is $19.99 and it's a white label promo. White label promo, Ted Nugent's debut album. White label promo, Stranglehold, $19.99. That Summer, the music featured in the Columbia Pictures film That Summer, $19.99. Ian Dury, Elvis Costello, Patti Smith Group, Nick Lowe, Zones, Undertones, The Ramones, Mick DeVille, Eddie and the Hot Rods, and The Only Ones, $19.99. The Kink Chronicles. The Kink Chronicles, $39.99. I've never seen this before. The Kink Chronicles on their original label. That's an official compilation. $39.99. And Dick Clark Presents Radio Uncensored Bloopers. $14.99. All right, update for our auctions. Back up to the top. The last bid I had on Jeff Beck was with Tony Shore at $55. That's definitely a final call. Then we had 35 on Dwight Yoakam. How do I buy? Brett McKinney. You comment whatever you want. If you're first, it's sold to you. Dwight Yoakam's at 37 with Debbie Blair, Hillbilly Deluxe. That's now at 37. Jack Suslak was first to John Lennon. And then we have Michael Nath first on John Lee Hooker. Brent Rabley, you were second. We have 3 Depeche Mode. We have A Broken Frame. We have Construction Time Again. And we have Black something Celebration. I forgot that one. But we have that one as well. We've got 3 Depeche Modes in stock tonight. Brent was first, though, on BB, which was Big Bill. Joe Gabriel was first on Ted Nugent. Then after that was Carlene on DC, and that was Dick Clark. All right. I don't have the volume. But yes, Tony, you actually have it bought. Tony has this sold for $55. $55. And I need to do a final call. Debbie Blair has this near mint in shrink wrap. Dwight Yoakam, Hillbilly Deluxe for $37. Final call. And Aaron Jolly put ADD. I think whatever that is may have already sold, or it may be something I'm missing. Steve Miller Band Anthology, $34.99. And Joni Mitchell, Don Juan's Reckless Daughter, that is $19.99. Joni Mitchell, Don Juan's Reckless Daughter. Oh, let me get 2 new auctions started. I think let's do 2 OGs or 2 vintage records. This is a Led Zeppelin 2. This is Led Zeppelin 2. This is a SRC press. It's a 5-digit. It's in really good condition. The other night, we had requests to auction any Led Zeppelin album I had in the building. We got through most of them, and then since then, we've been able to pick up a couple more. But this is a really nice, it's a SRC press, probably mid or late 70s. Led Zeppelin 2, 5-digit. Really nice cover. Great color, spine. That's going to be a $35 start. One of the greatest rock albums ever made. Led Zeppelin 2, $35 start on that. And we have the Fat Boys, The Twist. This is a 12-inch single. Fat Boys, The Twist, with stupid deaf vocals by Chubby Checker. The Twist. This is going to be a 1988 PRC press, and it is in EX condition. Fat Boys, The Twist. This is a $15 start. $15 start. $15 start. Aaron says he wants the Depeche Mode Black Celebration. Let's just make a note, because those have gotten buried, and I will have to show them in just a second, or I'll have to pull it in just a second. So we need to make, oh, they might be right here. Queensryche. Actually, I don't know where they're at. We'll make a note. I think they might have been all sold. They might have been all sold. We might have to take you a waiting list for that. Okay. Bob McKinney says, welcome, Brent McKinney. Led Zeppelin 45. Fat Boys 15, 20, 15. Where's the Invasion of Your Privacy? Yeah, there's a lot more stuff to be put up, isn't it? Quiet Riot, people's waiting on that one. Fat Boys 21, 25, and the other 2 also are waitlist. So Jackie wants the other Depeche Modes. She wants that Depeche Mode and the other Depeche Modes here, which I can go ahead and pull her those. I think the Black Celebration, we have to order more of those. But I'm going to sell you these 2 here, Jackie. I've got those in stock right now. 50 on Led Zeppelin. Fat Boys is at 26. I'm going to go ahead and sell Debbie Dwight Yoakam. Surprised there's no other bids on that. Debbie gets Dwight Yoakam for $37. Next is Jungle Juke. Not Jungle. Juke Blues. Elmore James, Howlin' Wolf. Wow, that's some good stuff. Bobby Bland, Lightning Hopkins, $19.99. That's Juke Blues, $19.99. The Inmates, First Offense. The Inmates is $19.99. James Taylor, Sweet Baby James. This is the second label, but it does have the lyric insert with it. It does have the lyric insert with it. Sweet Baby James. Well, that's a nice copy. Fire and Rain, Country Road, Blossom. Great stuff there. Rare Earth in Concert with the backpack cover. That is $29.99. Rare Earth in Concert. And some of y'all may have recognized the top of this. It is Alice Cooper. if I can get them out of the bin here. This is Alice Cooper, Muscle of Love, $44.99. It's not a perfect cardboard box. I've had some that are perfect. I've had some that are absolutely ruined. This one's kind of in between. But that is Alice Cooper, Muscle of Love. And yes, this is how it originally came. It kind of haunts some people in their collection because they always want a perfect box. Just kind of tough to find. $44.99. That's called Muscle of Love, Alice Cooper. Okay, Fat Boys is at $27 with Harry Masterson. High bid on Led Zeppelin is Michael Nath at $50. Michael Nath is at $50 on Led Zeppelin 2. Really nice 5-digit copy there. Fat Boys 27. Michael Nath was first to the Juke music. Brent was second. Boy, usually it's Michael and Brent, either 1 or 2 on these blues comps. Michael was first to that one. Vicky James Taylor was $24.99. And then Fat Boys 30, now $31. Steve Miller Band, The Joker, $24.99. Steve Miller Band, The Joker. Well, this is almost overwhelming, some of the records we have tonight. Single Man, Elton John picture disc, $34.99. Has a gold stamp promo on it. The picture disc for a Single Man, $34.99. Vicky said sold, and that was on James Taylor. That sold to Vicky. Led Zeppelin now at 51 with Ryan Anderson. Fat Boys is at 36. Brent Rabley on The Joker. Charlie Burnett, you were second. Fat Boys is now at 40. Carlene first on Elton John. And we had another bid of 40 on Fat Boys. Harry Masterson was first, though. New bid on Led Zeppelin at 51. Al Stewart, Year of the Cat. Al Stewart's $19.99. Al Stewart, the live radio concert album. Never have seen that before. 1979 white label promo. That is official. That's on Arista. White label promo. Al Stewart radio concert. $34.99. Fat Boys is at 41. Michael Nath is out at Led Zeppelin. Ryan Anderson, you have that for 51. John Cougar, American Fool, has a big old white sticker on the front, but that is $19.99. One of his classic albums. Marshall Bassett, first to Al Stewart. Marshall, let me know if you want Year of the Cat or the live radio concert album. Neil Young with Crazy Horse, Live Rust. Live Rust. This is $34.99. Really nice copy. Really nice copy of Live Rust. That is $34.99. New toy, Lena Lovitch, $14.99. And Emerson, Lake and Palmer in concert. Promotional copy, not for sale, $19.99. Marshall Bassett wants Year of the Cat for Al Stewart. Year of the Cat, you got it. Final call on Led Zeppelin at 51. And final call on Fat Boys at 45. Tony Shore wants Emerson, Lake and Palmer. That's sold to Tony Shore. Robin Gibb, Secret Agent, $14.99 on Robin Gibb. AC/DC, Back in Black, very nice. AC/DC, Back in Black, $34.99. Not bad. Not a bad looking cover either. $34.99. Fleetwood Mac Rumors. This has the insert with it. $34.99. This has the original insert. Nice copy. Extremely nice copy of Rumors. Unplayed, it looks like, which is like something that doesn't exist. $34.99. And Cream Wheels of Fire. Well, I'm getting dizzy. Anybody else getting dizzy? Cream Wheels of Fire, $34.99. It's like some of my favorite albums, like all in a row here. It's like the John Go Raid My Room or something. $34.99. Wheels of Fire, Cream. It's an RSO kind of reissue from the 70s. This album originally came out like 68-ish approximately. So, okay. I'm going to go ahead and sell Ryan Anderson, the Led Zeppelin, for $51. Fat Boys on its final call. Harry Masterson's at $45. Final call on that one. Charlie Burnett, first on FM. I'm going to make sure, I need to go blow the air horn, make sure everybody's awake and know that there's an AC/DC in here and a Cream Wheels of Fire. Foster and Lloyd, Faster and Louder, $14.99. Merle Haggard, his Epic Hits Collection. The First 11, Country's Brightest Stars on CBS Records and Cassettes. $14.99 for Merle Haggard, his Epic Hits, The First 11. Boy, that's a bright cover on the Santana. $24.99. I was about to say, the original covers don't look like that. They're not as bright. That is a second label repress of that, but that's going to be the brightest, boldest covers of that I've ever seen. $24.99. Clay Moore on Foster and Lloyd. Let's go ahead and sell Fat Boys. That is sold to Harry Masterson for $45. Brandon, we've already sold Foster and Lloyd. And we've got more Kiss to auction. We've got more lots to auction. Let's do this Back to the Future. What else is in here? Rat, Quiet Riot. This Back to the Future soundtrack, though, classifies... This is listed in the category as awesome. Look at the Obi on this thing. Japanese press of Back to the Future. Japanese press with Obi. This is so nice. This is so nice. Pristine, near mint, Japanese vinyl. This is going to be a $55 start. Has the Japanese insert with it. $55 start. It's so nice. And the cover is absolutely incredible as well. Look at the corners and stuff. $55 start on that. $55. That's an incredible looking record. And then Rat, Invasion of Your Privacy. I think some people have been quietly waiting for this. A perfect near mint copy, pristine Japanese vinyl. This also has the Rat insert. It has another Rat insert. It has this Rat insert with the this is a FlexiDisc sampler, hard rock sampler, not for sale. This is playable. It's a FlexiDisc, but it has music from Night Ranger, Motley Crue, AC/DC, Vandenberg, Twisted Sister, Rat. That's included, and the vinyl is pristine and it's mint. This is a $75 start. Rat, Invasion of Your Privacy. $75 start on that. Complete and perfect. Okay, back up to the top. Let's see. Jolie Garland, AC/DC was $34.99. The covers are almost always VG+. These covers are impossible to find mint. If you have one mint, you're lucky. Even like the new pressings we get, they already start showing signs of wear. And the vinyl, no condition notes, meaning we're near mint minus on this. It's incredible. I usually would put those up for auction. Joey Garland, if you want it, it's yours. If not, Brandon Butler or then anybody else. Back to the Future's at $55. We've already sold Rainbow Rising. Rat, $85, $75, $75, $85. Joey Garland said AC/DC sold. Jody Garland, so do you. If you're a first-time buyer, thank you and welcome. Make sure you message our page. Looking Back, Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder is $34.99. Looking Back, this is a triple LP compilation. It's all of his best music in one package. Hope you buy that. If not, you're going to regret it. The Fabulous Thunderbirds, Tough Enough, in shrink wrap and hype sticker. I've never seen one with a hype sticker. Tough Enough, $19.99. Look at that hype sticker. We love hype stickers, $19.99. The Great Fatsby, Leslie West, that's $24.99 in shrink wrap. And Alabama Mountain Music, $9.99. Mountain Music for Alabama. The Original Stars presents Hall of Fame Hits, $9.99. Crosby, Stills, and Nash So Far, $34.99. And 60s Top Vocal Greats, $9.99. That's a compilation with the Beach Boys, the Box Tops, the Grassroots, the Classic Four, and the Association, $9.99. Rad is now at $91. Back to the Future. Sean Furman. Is that Floyd? Sean Furman is at $55 on Back to the Future. $55 on Back to the Future. And Rat is at $91. Jimmy Ball was first on Fabulous Thunderbird. Stephen Tuttle was second. Ryan Rice first to Alabama. Aaron Jolly's at $95 on Rat. Stacy Metternich gets the Hits compilation. Stacy Metternich gets the Hits compilation. Michael Matthew is second. Peter's at $100 on Rat. That's Floyd Furman. And Steven says he's over 3. Keep trying, buddy. Final call. Final call on Back to Futures. Did you get the pictures in the mail? No, I haven't. I hadn't cut them off that board yet. Carol, that is the most difficult thing. I've got to lay that out on a table. If I'm not careful, those pictures, they're going to get easily damaged. So I've got to get that out, like fold out a table, clear out some space, and get a razor blade. We've got to work on that soon. I'm going to try to do it tomorrow, the next day, actually get them off and then I'll get Doug to ship them. But I've got to be very careful. They did a terrible job mounting those. They were glued and taped. So I hope I don't damage them, but I will do. You have to give me some carefulness, quietness. I was at the store today actually during store hours, and I got absolutely nothing done. That's why I work here at the store from 6 at closing time until 6 a.m. To get stuff like that done. You can't during the day. It's impossible. Robin Trower is $24.99. There's some fantastic records left in here. Fantastic records in here. Robin Trower is $24.99. Bridge of Sighs. Bruce Springsteen Live, $49.99. Box set 5 LP. Rio Grande Mud is still available. ZZ Top, $34.99. And the Beatles White Album is $49.99. Update on our auctions. Back to the Future was at 56, then 58, then 60. Al Stewart Radio Show was $34.99. Aaron's Out on Rat, Back to the Future, $57.59. And Rat, the high bid after the new bump is Peter Policino is at $100. Peter Policino's at $100 on Rat, Invasion of Your Privacy. Peter's at $100. Back to the Future is at $71. Let's see here. Need to put back Foster and Lloyd. Already bought a copy of the one from back in January. Clay needs to put back Foster and Lloyd. Ryan is at 101 on Rat. That summer soundtrack is $19.99. The Kink Chronicles is $39.99. Steve Miller Band Anthology, $34.99. Steve Miller Band Anthology. Joni Mitchell, Don Juan's Reckless Daughter, that was $19.99. The Inmates First Offense, Gold Stamp Promo, $19.99. And we have Rare Earth in Concert, $29.99. So, Foster and Lloyd is still available. Faster and Louder, it is $14.99. $14.99. The Alice Cooper was $49.99, Muscle of Love. Al Stewart, the live radio concert album, white label promo, $34.99. What are the tracks on Foster and Lloyd? Foster and Lloyd have the tracks I'll Always Be Here Loving You, Suzette, Before the Heartache Rolls In, Lie to Yourself, Faster and Louder, Fair Shake, She Knows What She Wants, Have You for a While, Fat Lady Sings. Chasing Cart wants Jimmy Ball. And Jimmy Ball says actually meant 61 on Back to the Future. Right, because we were at 59. So Brandon gets Foster and Lloyd. Back to the Future is at 61. Ryan Anderson's at 101 on Rat and 61 on Back to the Future. John Cougar was $19.99. Neil Young Live Rush, $34.99. Crazy Horse. New Toy, Lena Lovitch, $14.99. Robin Gibbs, Secret Agent, $14.99. Cream, Wheels of Fire. White Room, $34.99. Crossroads is on here. $34.99 for Cream. Merle Haggard, I think someone claimed this earlier and I didn't pull it because it was right when I was about to recap the bin. Somebody claimed Merle Haggard earlier. I remember that now, unless I'm crazy. Somebody claimed it. Who claimed it? Who claimed that? Maybe I'm crazy. I could. Yeah, Jeff Johnson. Hag, I did. Okay, yeah, Jeff Johnson. I knew somebody did. I have mental notes in the back of my head, and when I see a record, it unlocks my memory. $24.99, Santana Braxis. I have a running to-do list mentally in my brain. Stevie Wonder, $34.99. Jimmy Ball says, I'll take Wheels of Fire. This is a record that's always beat up. That's why I'm surprised like 5 other people didn't claim it. I don't know how many copies that we probably have that are VG minus. I feel like that's a record a lot of people wore out. There's a lot of VG minus copies out there. Even reissues. Leslie West is $24.99. Original Stars presents Hall of Fame hits. Climax, Derek. I don't know Derek. I know Derek and the Dominoes. Troggs, Dobie Gray, B.J. Thomas, Mary Hopkins, the Jaggers, $9.99. And we have Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, So Far, $34.99. Stacy Metternich wants the hits. Back to the Future is sold to Jimmy Ball for $61. Ryan Anderson gets Rat for $101. Those are both sold. No other bids. I don't think many people set out, but we've got to sell them. Next is a Japanese pressing of Bon Jovi and Quiet Riot. Good stuff here. Dokken the first one here, Docking, is in shrink wrap with Obi. This is so nice. Shrink wrap and Obi. It's a top copy. It's in shrink wrap. The cover's never really even been exposed. It's got the Japanese Docking insert, and we have near mint, pristine Japanese vinyl. Docking is going to be a $65 start. Wow. Docking. Breaking the chain. $65 start. Pristine. Super, super nice. Breaking the chain. $65 start on that. Then we've got Quiet Riot, Metal Health. This is going to be a $55 start. Metal Health, also in shrink wrap, with the Obi and a hype sticker. Insert, top copy. Quiet Riot, Metal Health, $55 start. $55 start. All right, Stevie Wonder was $34.99. Looking back, that was $34.99, and then I've already showed those again. All righty, let me grab, I think, one of our last crates of new vinyl for tonight. Let me show that. One of our last, either next to last or the last crate of new vinyl. Let me see what we got over here. Pink Floyd, The Wall. Where did that come from? Oh, that's stuff we hadn't. Yeah, so we had 6 crates. We had 6 crates tonight of new vinyl, but we probably would have that much more that we hadn't unboxed yet. We have a lot that we just unboxed. So tomorrow night and Thursday, even more new vinyl. So Docking is a $75 start, or $65, whatever I said. I think I said 65, 65, 75, something like that. New vinyl arrivals, we have Depeche Mode Violator. Depeche Mode Violator is $28.99. $28.99, Depeche Mode Violator. I have 3 copies available. Jane's Addiction, Ritual D-Lo Habitual. This is a 30th anniversary on double LP Pearl vinyl. It is colored vinyl, $39.99 for Jane's Addiction. And then we have the Jane's Addiction 2017 Silver Spoon Anniversary Tour on pink and green double splatter vinyl. That is $49.99. $49.99. Queensryche is now at $70, now $75. Rolling Stones Voodoo Lounge is $54.99. That's a half-speed master. The Rolling Stones Voodoo Lounge. Good luck finding an original of that. I've never maybe seen but one of them. I think the Birmingham collection had one. Of course, that collection had everything imaginable. It was incredible as far as original 90s records. REM Life's Rich Pageant, $36.99. REM Life's Rich Pageant. I don't know if that's a surprise restock or just something I didn't have before. Delicate Steve, After Hours, $26.99. I was watching a reel or something, and this music was in the background. It's very just like laid-back, casual guitar playing. I thought, I'll try one on vinyl. $26.99, Delicate Steve, After Hours. Avenged Sevenfold. Avenged Sevenfold, and this one's called City of Evil. This is the one we sold out of last week, and we didn't have any to even show. That was City of Evil. That's on translucent red vinyl. Avenged Sevenfold, $36.99. Quiet Riot's at $75. And Docking, I'm looking for a $65 start. If Docking doesn't get a bid soon, I will end that and make it a buy it now. Tom Petty, Into the Great Wide Open. That is a new copy, $36.99. Cramps records are not too easy to get even on reissues, Ryan. Not too easy to get even on reissues. And then, what do we have? Jane's Addiction. The studio album is $39.99, and the live album is $49.99. Let's see here. Jerry Stone wants Delicate Steve, and Dakota wants an LA Guns from earlier. Dakota, I'm assuming you want the best of LA Guns on pink vinyl. If so, I've got it pulled for you. Judas Priest Turbo, $31.99. There was a waiting list for Judas Priest Turbo. That was Bob Riger. Bob Riger on Judas Priest Turbo. I have that pulled for you. And I've got Judas Priest Defenders of the Faith, $31.99. I think Bob Riger, you were also on that wait list, and Belinda Dobb. Belinda Dobb. Okay, final call on the Quiet Riot. I'm about to sell that for $75. I'm going to go ahead and make Docking a buy it now. If anybody wants Docking, it's a $65 buy it now. $65 buy it now on Docking. Restock of Led Zeppelin's Physical Graffiti. $44.99. This is a 2LP remaster. This is a 2LP remaster. $44.99. Docking Physical Graffiti. $44.99. Ellie King, $31.99. Come Get Your Wife. That's new and sealed, gatefold. Fairly new release too. Ellie King, $31.99. We have 3 of those. And the Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, music and inspired by, $49.99. Soundtrack featuring 20 songs, including Lift Me Up by Rihanna, plus songs by other people that I really don't know. $49.99. Looks like new music, which I'm not too up to date on. Quiet Riot is sold to Brent Hall for $75. Quiet Riot, $75. And it's L King. L King. That's not Ellie, okay? L King. No. It'd been better if she'd spelt it that way. That's L. That's Ellie. Fish Sigma Oasis, $36.99. Fish Sigma Oasis is $36.99. Fish is $36.99. Eric Clapton Unplugged. I was not expecting this. $44.99. The number 1 1992 album, which garnered 6 Grammys. Wow. $44.99. Eric Clapton Unplugged. Was not expecting that. $44.99. $44.99. I was not expecting that as a restock. Okay. Next auctions. Next auctions. I think we have an OG Led Zeppelin 3 to run. And no one else has said much about the Devo and other things in here. If I don't get to them tonight, we will tomorrow night. Also plan on taking a break at 10 o'clock, which is quickly approaching. But we'll go ahead and try a couple more of these auctions in the meantime. I really can't get to them. There we go. Let's do Journey and Led Zeppelin 3. Journey and Led Zeppelin 3. Also need to do some stretching. It's been a busy night. I've had people encourage me to take breaks because everybody's like, Chad, we need breaks too. I'm like, yeah, I might need one tonight. I feel like I've been reading nonstop, which I usually do. All right, so this, I believe, is a 71 OG, let's see, PRC press. Let me refresh myself. No, this is a 5-digit reissue too. Led Zeppelin 3. Led Zeppelin 3. This is actually a punch hole. Gatefold. It's a really nice copy. John graded it near mint. It's a 5-digit PRC. 5-digit meaning they repressed these in around 1977. This album originally came out in 71. Craig just posted the track list. Fantastic. Immigrant Song. Out on the Tile. Since I've Been Loving You. Gallows Poe, one of my favorites. Tangerine, and That's the Way. Some really good acoustic stuff on this one. That is a $35 star for Led Zeppelin 3. PRC press. And we have a near mint. We have a near mint Journey Frontiers. Near mint Journey Frontiers. That is a $45 start. It is in shrink wrap with obi. Has the Japanese insert, lyric insert, the other insert. And that is near mint pristine vinyl. $45 start. $45 start on Journey Frontiers. $35 on Led Zeppelin. Would you take $60 on Docking? I guess I will. I think, Clint, I may label this as the deal of the night because I'm pretty sure I meant to say a $75 start. And then usually I'd been pretty firm on that buy. Now I accidentally said a $65 start. And now you're getting it for $60. So I consider you getting a fantastic deal on that. This is a near mint perfect copy of Docking Breaking the Chains in shrink wrap of obi for $60. Pretty sure we sold some US OGs for more than that last week. Iron Maiden, self-titled, $36.99. Sometimes people fall asleep, though, and you get deals. Hope nobody's falling asleep on me tonight. Iron Maiden, $36.99. And LA Guns, Toronto, 1990. Toronto, 1990. That's on red and blue vinyl, 2LP, $44.99. LA Guns. And Sturgill Simpson, A Sailor's Guide to Earth. We got 3 more of those in stock. Sturgill Simpson, A Sailor's Guide to Earth. Journey is at $45, $47. Michael Knapp is at $35 on Led Zeppelin. The Santana Abraxas is still available. It was $24.99. It was $24.99. Santana Abraxas. Led Zeppelin's at $35. Journey's at $47. One more quick recap in here. Depeche Mode, Violator, $28.99. Jane's Addiction, $39.99. And then the Jane's Addiction Live, $49.99. Jesse Hood said, take the Santana. The Rolling Stones Voodoo Lounge was $54.99. Yeah, this Santana was unusually nice. I mean, this beautiful cover. That is sold. Sad Wings of Destiny. Was that in the Japanese stuff? If so, it's still available. Sad Wings of Destiny. Where did you see that at? Where's that at? That's my question. Oh, we got Blues Image too. Was that in a post or where did I see that? Do I have one of those? It's in a flip crate from today. Huh. I guess I hadn't got to it yet. I guess it's something I hadn't shown. Vic, yes, the wait list. You're right. Yeah, Vic Natecki and Lou Hetzer. You were on a waiting list for LA Guns. Yes. I probably just hadn't got to it yet. I probably haven't got to it. I'll look through this other crate. Led Zeppelin's at 40. Journey's at 48. REM was $36.99. Avenged Sevenfold, $36.99. Petty, Into the Great Wide Open, $36.99. Judas Priest, $31.99. Judas Priest, Defenders of the Faith, $31.99. Physical Graffiti, $44.99. El King, $31.99. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever soundtrack, $49.99. Fish, and that's on colored vinyl. Seafoam, black split vinyl. Fish is $36.99. Darren wants Tom Petty. We had some used copies of that the other night. This is brand new and sealed. I was talking about how challenging it is to find the originals of that. Journey, Final Call, $48. Sturgill Simpson Josh was $29.99. Clint wants Tom Petty and Zeppelin. I've already sold Tom Petty to Darren, but we actually may have another one in the bin. If not, I'll pull you one. But Clint, you do get Led Zeppelin. James Bragg's at $49 on Journey. So I can do a final call on Zeppelin at $40. Eric Clapton Unplugged. No one grabbed one of these. It's $44.99. I was not expecting a restock of this. And this is the US version or EU. I can't remember. Let's see here. Hold on, I've never seen one with a hype sticker on it. I mean, I've had a bunch of those. Never seen one with a hype sticker. Iron Maiden is $36.99. The LA Guns Live is $44.99. And Sturgill Simpson is $29.99. I think I had two LA Guns Greatest Hits. Of course, we got to pull one for Dakota. That's in our very first crate of new vinyl. So if you want one, Clint, let me know, and I will put you down for one. Okay, I'm going to get started on this other bin of new vinyl. I don't know if I'll finish it before we... Sometimes it's good to pause during our right in the middle of a crate to make sure everybody comes back. But let me see what was... over here. John had that tagged for auction, and he had that tagged for auction. Yeah, so yeah, I found the Judas Priest. I'll put it up for auction right quick, and I think everything else in here. Yeah, let me make sure everything else in here is going to be a buy it now. It's a heavy crate. It's a lot of vinyl. By the way, my Tahoe is currently full of records that I bought today in Lewisburg. So, once again, we are max capacity on vinyl. My vehicle is absolutely full of records right now. So, all right. Absolutely full. Led Zeppelin is sold for $40 to John Porter. Nice copy of 3 there. High bid on Journey is James Bragg at $49. Final call. We're going to put down Clint for a LA Guns Greatest Hits and Dakota. We got to find those. And then we need to pull, you missed my comment for James Addiction Studio. Michael, I will pull that for you right now. I must have. Sometimes I get rolling, as we call it, and I miss comments, and I really don't want to because that's not good whatsoever. But I've got you a Jane's Addiction pulled. I will go ahead and pull David C., a Clapton Unplugged. Eric Clapton Unplugged to David C. We don't even try to say his last name. We just say David C. And there's a Clapton Unplugged. Are you showing more vintage tonight? It's right here in front of you. I'm about to show more vintage. Dusty Oliver takes an L King. First auction is Judas Priest, Sad Wings of Destiny, or next auction, Judas Priest, Sad Wings of Destiny. This is a VG Plus. VG Plus on the vinyl, $25 start. Judas Priest, Sad Wings of Destiny, $25 start. I got so much vintage, it's going to make your head spin. Literally. Your head's going to be spinning. It's going to look like an owl or something. Journey is going to be sold to James Bragg for $49. We open, whoever asked that earlier, we open in the morning at 10 o'clock. Who was asking that? Brent Hall? I just remembered to answer that. Just things click with me. We open in the morning at 10 o'clock. Josh will be here. Doug will be here. John will be here. We open in the morning at 10 o'clock. Brent, I hope you're still watching. Next, let's start on this crate of vintage. This is all check condition titles. Really good stuff. The Bangles Different Light. VG Plus $17.99. The Bangles Different Light. VG Plus $17.99. Brent, I probably won't be here. I'm rarely here during the day. I've actually got to go look at some more records tomorrow and do a deal on some silver. I hope silver and gold I'm buying. Coins, bullion. Billy Joe Glass Houses is EX $12.99. Excuse me, the Doors. Excuse me. Weird Scenes Inside the Gold Mine. I definitely need a bottle of water during the break. Weird Scenes Inside the Gold Mine. VG Plus $29.99. Creedence Clearwater Revival, Bayou Country. Sometimes we shorten that to CCR. CCR, Blue Fantasy Label. That's what you want to see with their records. VG Plus $24.99. And the Kinks. Boy, I've never seen that one before. That is a VG Plus $39.99. The Kinks. What is this one called? This one is called The Great Lost Kinks Album. I guess that's why I've never seen it. It's been lost. VG Plus $39.99. The Kinks Great Lost Kinks Album. And Queen Greatest Hits. VG Plus $24.99. Also, we had a new buyer earlier, claimed an L King. Let me make sure we got him down. Dusty Oliver. I never did hand that to you, did I, Tanner? Dusty Oliver. You claimed a L King album. Dusty Oliver, thank you and welcome. Something else just clicked in my head that I didn't pull that for you. L King, come get your wife. That is so to Dusty Oliver. Thank you. Make sure you message our page, Collectco, with your email address and your mailing address. He's a returning customer. Never mind. Boy, I can't keep it straight tonight. I think I'm at least recognizing people who don't buy from us. I mean, I hadn't sold anything to anybody who buys every week, and I didn't confuse them with a first-time buyer. But some people, I do. Okay, Bob Dylan. Was that the Japanese auction? We may have to do that during part 2. Judas Priest was at $25.35. I'm getting tired. Should I come back for part 2? Absolutely, you should come back for part 2. Anthony Smith on the Bangles. Craig Labor, you were first to the Kinks. Wayne Titsworth, you were second. And Susie was first to the Doors. Final call on Judas Priest. $35. I guess we can go ahead and run Bob Dylan. We've got about a few minutes. I don't recall us having one of these. I've never had one of these. Does it have a poster with it? Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits. We're about to examine this. Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits. I have not looked at this since it was ordered from Japan. Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits. That's a near mint pristine LP. We have a Japanese lyric book, and goodness gracious, it has a poster. This is going to look cool. A Japanese version of it. You know it's going to be nice. Holy moly. Good gracious. Look at that. That is beautiful. Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits, Japanese pressing with poster. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to say. $5 million start. No, I'm just joking. $35 start, $45 start, $55 start. What do I have on it? $55 start is what I have it tagged. $55 start. That's the legitimate start on that. Bob Dylan is a $55 start. Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits. Okay. Judas Priest. We have a VG Plus copy of Judas Priest, Sad Wings of Destiny. VG Plus, Sad Wings of Destiny. That is now at 37 with Anthony Smith. Matthew Christ wants the Queen's Greatest Hits. That's sold to Matthew. John Porter's at 40 on Judas Priest. Brent Hall's at 55 on Bob Dylan. Neil Young, this one has the shrink wrap and the hype sticker. VG Plus, $24.99. I told y'all it's hard to find. It's hard to find a really nice copy of American Stars and Bars. And here we go. Here's a VG Plus, but the cover's really nice. That's in shrink wrap and hype sticker, $24.99. Brent's at 60 on Bob Dylan. We're now at 40 on Judas Priest. Anthony Smith is out. John Porter's at 40. The very best of Hank Williams. The cover's in shrink wrap. The vinyl is EX, $17.99. The very best of Hank Williams, $17.99 on that. And Big Bill Brunsey sings folk songs. That is in EX condition, $34.99. This is like pretty early as far as the year, $34.99. Big Bill Brunsey sings folk songs, $34.99 on that. I don't know what year, 62. Yeah, 1962. Bob Dylan's at 63. Zappa and the Mothers of Invention, Roxy and Elsewhere, EX, $39.99. And Teen Beat A Go-Go, the Starfires, VG Plus, $24.99 on LaBray label. LaBray, Teen Beat A Go-Go. Bob Dylan's now at 65. Judas Priest, Sad Wings of Destiny, is sold to John Porter for $40. Right now we're bidding on a Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits. It has the inserts and the poster with it. Brent Rabley's at 65. Sherry Darnell takes the Neil Young, American Stars and Bars. Brent's back in on Bob Dylan at 67. Cheap Trick at Budokan. Cheap Trick at Budokan. Original Orange Epic label. Has the booklet with it. EX on the vinyl. Almost near mint with insert. Classic live album from Cheap Trick. $19.99. Bad Company is VG $9.99. Vicky, here is some Bad Company. I hope you're first. This is a VG copy of their first album, and that is $9.99. Look at that. Vicky is first. And John Porter's first on Cheap Trick. Vicky first to Bad Company, John first on Cheap Trick. Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. This is great songs and performances. This is like their greatest hits. This is EX, $17.99. Michelle, you were second on Bad Company. Wings at the Speed of Sound is EX, $22.99. Wings at the Speed of Sound, $22.99. John Porter, first to Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. That is so to John Porter. Paul McCartney and Wings. I accidentally showed this, so I'll go ahead and show it officially. Allman Brothers, Eat a Peach, a VG copy, $19.99. VG, $19.99. John Porter, you got Smokey Robinson. Eat a Peach is $19.99. High bid on Bob Dylan is $70 with Brent Hall. $70 on Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits. Chris Gardner, first on Wings. Paul McCartney and Wings. That's sold to Chris Gardner. Doug Jefferson, you were second. The Kinks' Greatest Hits. That is a VG Plus, $24.99, 1966 mono. Pittman Press, 66 mono. The Kinks' Greatest Hits. Tricolor Steamboat label. And it's in mono. VG Plus, $24.99. Bob Dylan is at 71 with Brent Rabley. Alan Parsons Project, I, Robot, EX, $17.99. John Porter, first to the Kinks. Brent Hall back in on Bob Dylan at 72. Fleetwood Mac, Then Play On, EX, $22.99. A grade of EX means some scuffs or some mark, keeping it from near mint, but still an exceptionally nice pressing. EX, $22.99. Earth, Wind, and Fire, All in All, EFW, $14.99. Eat a Peach was in VG condition. VG condition. And Earth, Wind, and Fire has the poster with it. With poster. Earth, Wind, and Fire. That is actually EX, $12.99. Alan put FEM. I bet he meant FM for Fleetwood Mac. Is that right? Alan Williams, correct me if I'm wrong. And then James Bragg, first to AP. Alan Parsons Project. You sure I'm not bidding with Bob Dylan, 73. I am positive. Brent Hall is bidding on YouTube. He was at $72, and now you're at 73. Alan Williams said yes on the Fleetwood Mac. Earth, Wind, and Fire with poster. So did Nick Pullen. I was about to say, I bet someone's going to get that. Deep Purple. When we rock, and when we roll, we roll. EX, $24.99. Chicago is EX, $9.99. Chicago. And what numerical are we dealing with here? Chicago 9. Chicago 9. That's $9.99. Brent's out on the Bob Dylan. Brent Rabley is at 73, and that's sold to Brent Rabley for $73. The reason I'm selling that so fast is because we're going to pause right there. Not before Vicky gets Chicago. I've got to find me a rejuvenation of an energy drink and a bottle of water and probably some sort of food. And we'll be back at 10:30. It is 10 o'clock Central Time. If you're watching on the East Coast, it's late, but that's good. That means you definitely need to come back. Even if you have work in the morning, it does not matter. This is the most important thing right here. Right, Tanner? Work and getting good sleep. None of that's important. Buying these records, most important priority right now. We'll be back at 10:30. That's in 30 minutes. We'll have more new vintage arrivals. We will finish this crate. I have an entire crate of Japanese you haven't even seen. I've got a half of a crate still to put up for auction. And I've got more new vinyl and more vintage stuff. And then we'll go back through everything. We are just getting started, is what I'm trying to say. We'll be back in about 30 minutes. Technically, probably 10:31. It's usually a strong 30-minute break. So that's when we'll be back. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back in 30 minutes. The Austin stuff starts in